this time because Greg's not there.
I'll do my intro now.
You have to mute us.
Hello, welcome to Board Games with Niramas. I'm Joseph, and I'm here today with Draco, of course. He's excited, another Werewolf game is coming up. And I'm here with all these lovely people that we'll be playing, and tonight it's part of the 27 hours marathon of Werewolf with the Dice Tower Werewolf group, which, you know, sounds crazy. I don't know why it's 27 hours, guys. It was something about with the time zones, right?
Yeah, there 27 hours that the new time zones are entering, like new places are entering the new year.
All right.
Because for some reason it goes from GMT and there's like several hours before and several hours after, and for some reason it's more than 24 hours total, which is odd.
It's really odd. I don't understand that at all.
No, I don't think anybody does.
It's because of where if they trade mostly with America, then they're on that side of the date line. If they trade mostly with Asia or Australia, they're on this side.
I also learned something new, that someone mentioned that there's some countries that have like on the half hour, they go.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
15 minutes.
And even
also.
countries, Canadian provinces as well.
Australia.
And there's like islands that have their own time zones too.
Yeah, that's true.
Parts of countries that are inside countries which have their own time zones, just to confuse things even more.
Well, Happy New Year to everyone from those of us at the Dice Tower, and hope you guys are having a good time so far.
Well, I've got 2 hours till New Year.
Yeah, we have 1 hour here. I should say, by the way, in 1 hour it's gonna be midnight for me here in Northern Europe. So what we'll do is I'll put in my mobile phone here, and we're gonna take like a 5-minute break from the game. I'll just go out on my balcony and I'll show you some fireworks, because I live like on a hill, so I see the whole city down here with the fireworks, and we can just do the New Year's in Europe at the same, together, and then we'll go back to the game, obviously.
Well,
So-
you're an hour
you don't have
ahead of
those-
me, so.
You don't have those people screaming out their windows in your town?
Yeah, we do, and we count down and all that stuff. So like on the balconies.
Have you said Happy New Year to Mina? Who was- Happy
On
New
the
Year,
stream
Mina.
for me last night. It was-
Yeah, I did.
The last game.
I'm sorry, Simon. What
Oh,
did you
good.
say?
So we had Nina, who joined the last couple of games.
Yeah.
Who was from Finland. and
Oh yeah.
she
So
just-
she's already
Yeah.
in. Yeah, that's true, because Finland is 1 hour ahead of me.
Yep.
Is she here or no?
Hey, somebody
She
else
said
in
she was
2020.
going to watch the stream for a little bit
All right.
and then head off, I think.
There are probably gonna be some friends of like people, viewers dropping in at the midnight as well, and just say Happy New Year and so on. So
So for those of you in 2021, is it better?
Probably not.
Next night sleep. There's that. While you guys were all playing, I was sleeping.
how many
Same
people
here.
do we have now? I'm also bad at counting this one. It makes 6, 12,
24, 6, 26.
26. Okay, so basically I'm gonna have to be rude, and I'm gonna limit it at 24.
If somebody has signed up, because I didn't actually sign up, if they want to jump in, I can drop out for them.
Because we have like a 3-hour
So
limit.
why don't
Okay, so I'll jump out because I've played a lot of games. Although I want to be there when Joseph does that thing, because it's going to be New Year's for me as well at the same time.
But jump in, turn on your camera. At
I'll
midnight.
turn on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
camera only
can
for
jump
that.
in for the party.
Yeah.
Just
So-
remember that I wasn't playing. If
Oh,
you're counting me.
then we're good.
Oh, okay. Then we're good.
we're
So can
25.
you please, everyone who's not playing, can you turn off your camera? Make it less confusing. I don't know. Eric, is Eric here? He's connecting, I think.
Paul
Yeah,
wants to
it's
know,
on.
are there any ghosts in the game?
Yeah. That when you die, you become a ghost. What you can do as a ghost is that you turn off your camera and your microphone, and you can watch the stream or the. We'll have fun with it. It's a really fun role.
That's
That's
a
what happens
Gwommy
with
ghost,
chat,
isn't
though. It
it?
turns into all the players that get eliminated.
That's the Gwommy ghost.
It's
So-
still kind of affect the game.
I heard that the ghosts were going to be allowed back in this game, but they were only allowed to say Happy New Year at midnight.
Oh yeah, that's true. At midnight, everyone can come back and just say Happy New Year, obviously.
So Joseph, we're
And nothing
25.
else, obviously. No spoilers. All right,
Joseph,
so.
we're 25. Do you
Yeah,
still
we
need
have 20
24? I'll just jump out.
But
if
wait,
that's-
Daniel, you signed. I don't think Eric signed up, and I don't think he's coming because it just says he's connecting.
Oh,
As host, you can sort of turn the camera
Yeah.
off.
All right. So I'm gonna go with this. I'm sorry if I'm being rude to anyone, but I do feel a little bit stressed because I don't want to mess it up for Matthew. His game starts in 3 hours, and I don't want to be like late because this game might be long. It might be short. I don't know. It's very chaotic. So I am gonna run through the roles first of all. that you guys can have a chat while I'll randomize everything. I'll send out the rolls. Yeah, I know, yeah, I'm all through it. So, and I'm also going to be a little bit more strict on time in this game, just because, you know, we need to move things along. I don't like to have timers, but I'll do sort of like, okay, now it's time to get a nomination and so on. So, we start off rolls. We start off with welcome to the Gwommy Village. The Gwommy Village is back. I don't know why people keep coming back here, because it hasn't really been that pleasant here earlier. There's like crazy stuff going on in this village. But I hope you will have a good time anyway. We have a bunch of villagers. The villagers try to survive. They win if they kill all the werewolves and all the other creatures that might be in this game. Then we will have some... Let's see, where am I? Yeah, we will have some special villagers with roles. And these villagers are... The first one here is the Gwommy man, the famous Gwommy man. You know, word has spread to the kingdom. Everybody wants to be the Gwommy man, or, you know, hang out with him at parties and so on, or her. And so the Gwommy man wakes up each night, starting with night 0, and they get to pick between 2 different actions that they can do. So I'm going to have a top and a bottom action, and they give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, depending on what they want to do. I'm going to run through those actions that it could be in this game, because those vary from game to game. So it's the first one is protect. If they choose to protect someone, that person cannot die for any reason during that night. And the Gwommy man doesn't really have any rules, so they could protect the same person back to back if they get protect 2 nights in a row. We'll see, because that's all random. So second action they could get is to nominate someone. If they choose to nominate someone, that person will become a candidate for the next day. Because I'm doing a sort of different voting system than most werewolf games. So each day, I will explain this right away. Each day we're trying to find 2 candidates. So someone gets nominated, and second, then that's the first candidate. Then we do the same process again. And when we have 2 candidates, they go up against each other. And you will vote to kill one of them or the other one, or you can refrain from voting. So it's a little bit different from most of the werewolf games out there. But I like the system, and I know a lot of people do as well. So that's what you can do as a Gwommy man. You can nominate someone, and that person is a candidate the next day. I will just say that, well, you are already a candidate. You need to find a second candidate to go up against that one. And I do encourage you, if you're on the chopping block, and you're doing your defense, and you know who you're up against, right? That's how it works. So you can say, why should the village kill the other person and not you? So you can have a little bit of a debate going back and forth there, which makes it more interesting. Next action for the Gwommy man is the C, but the C has a special thing today. It's called C/flashlight. And I misspelled that. I just realized there should be an H in the end. I'm a Swede, so you have to forgive me.
Post all this in the chat at the end so we can all reread everything.
Oh yeah, it would be great if someone can just post.
Some people are super fast at typing. That's not me.
Don't look at me.
All right, so the C/flashlight the C is like a normal C action. So if you get this one, then you will also tell me, do you want to do this or that? So you either use your C ability, which is your ball, or you look into the ball and see if someone's a werewolf, or you do your flashlight, because there might be some creatures in this game that doesn't like bright light, as they say. All right, then you could give someone a water gun, which is kind of stupid. You shouldn't do this, but you might have to do it because, yeah, you'll see later on why you shouldn't give people water guns. There's also another thing you could do, which you shouldn't do. You should absolutely not do this. This is one of the 3 rules. No water, no feeding after midnight, and what's the third one? Don't get them into sunlight.
See the light.
Yeah.
Let them see the light.
Yeah. So don't do this, Gwommy man, but you could feed someone in the night. Don't do that. All right. Then we are, as you probably understand by now when you've seen the title and everything, there's gonna be Mogwais in the game, and the Gwommy villagers went out and they met this this Asian merchant that visited the village, and he had this really, really cute pet, and they decided, yeah, we have to buy a bunch of those, to have in the village. One of them is called Gizmo. The other ones are just generic Mogwais. Sorry, I didn't make up names for all of them. And the Mogwais are villagers in all intents and purposes, as long as they abide by the rules, right? So then they could win with the village team. If a Mogwai would get water on it, then it would multiply. So then another person randomly on the village will become a Mogwai. If for some reason, and I don't recommend this, but if for some reason you feed a Mogwai after midnight, I always thought this is so weird with these movies, because like, what time zone? So if you take a Mogwai from New York and you fly over to Europe and then you feed it, is it midnight or is it, I don't know. That's so confusing. But in this game, of course, if they get fed in the night, they will become gremlins. And if a gremlin gets water on it, then that will multiply, so someone else will become a gremlin. So gremlins are the third team. So we have the village, the werewolves, and then we have the gremlins. And the gremlins have the same sort of win condition as the werewolf. It's like a second werewolf team in the sense they wake up each night and get to kill someone. And they need to get down to parity. So they need to be like, if there's two gremlins, one werewolf, and one villager, then the gremlins win. They need to get like parity with the other teams. And then we will have the wannabe Gwommy man. So the wannabe Gwommy man is, basically a wannabe. It's not a Gwommy man, but he wants to be, or she. So what they will do is, in the night, I will hold up two things like this, and the Gwommy man will pick maybe protect, he protects someone. Then I will wake up the wannabe Gwommy man. They have to do the second part here. Both things will happen if both of them are alive. Then we're going to have some standard stuff. We're going to have a seer. The seer wakes up every night, gets to look if someone is a werewolf, or they can use their flashlight. And I'm going to do it that you basically type the name and just do see or flashlight, or you can just do a little flashlight, whatever you do, as long as I understand it. If you would aim a flashlight at a gremlin, I will tell you they are a gremlin. Otherwise, the other people are sleeping, so they don't care about flashlights. If you look at a werewolf, I will tell you, yes, it's a werewolf, or no, it's not a werewolf. Then we're going to have the bodyguard. The bodyguard wakes up every night. He gets to protect someone from dying. They cannot protect the same person 2 nights back to back, but they can protect themselves if they want to. And finally, let's see, I think the last role on the village team is the baby dragon. The baby dragon has 2 lives. It's very hard to kill the baby dragon because the werewolf can try to kill it. It flies away. It survives one time. And if you try to nominate it, and then you first time you nominate it, you kind of look into its eyes and you realize you can't kill that. It's too cute. So this has 2 lives for all intents and purposes in this game, and it can come out and say it's a baby dragon after it lost its first life. I will tell them if they lost their first life. Then they can come out. Before that, they cannot say that they are the baby dragon.
If a seer or bodyguard or Gwommy man becomes a gremlin, do they keep their previous ability?
Yes,
or no?
everything stacks. So that's where the chaos comes in, especially for me, to try to keep track of who's what. And yeah. Then we're going to have a werewolf team, obviously. The werewolf team, unknown number of werewolves, but there will be 2 special werewolves. One of them is called the Gwommy wolf. The Gwommy wolf will wake up night 0 and get to choose to be something. It's going to get 2 options. And that's out of 6 options. So the things that could be in the game is the Mystic Wolf. The Mystic Wolf, and at night I would just say Gwommy Wolf wake up and they will do whatever they're doing. So you're not going to know which one of these are in the game. So the Mystic Wolf, every night they get to look at a player and get their exact role. So they can look for the seer or the bodyguard, so on. The Alpha Wolf, if a werewolf were killed during the day, the next night, instead of killing someone, the Alpha Wolf can choose that the target of the werewolves will be turned into a werewolf once per game. The Beta Wolf can, on their own, do their power to turn another player into a werewolf once per game, but they have to sacrifice another werewolf to do that, or themselves. So if some werewolf is under suspicion and so on, they might want to sacrifice that one to turn someone else. And again, they could turn the seer, and then the seer will be a werewolf seer. Whatever use that is. Well, they can look for gremlins, I guess.
I'm really sorry. Can you just repeat that one more time? Just the very last thing you said.
Yeah, just as an example, like the beta wolf. Let's say that it's so weird that you called Steven, but let's say that Ayahu Steven is the beta wolf. Then he wakes up in the night. He can choose to kill himself or another werewolf in order to turn Cherie into a werewolf. And then I will send a message to Cherie the next day saying, "Now you're a werewolf."
And the Alpha Wolf only works if the wolf was executed?
Exactly, yeah. So they both, like, the Alpha Wolf is more powerful because no werewolf dies, but that can only work if a werewolf were killed during the day, so. Then we have the Wolf Cub. Wolf Cub is a passive role. If the Wolf Cub gets killed for any reason in my games, the next night the werewolves get 2 kills. The Wolfman is also a passive role. The only thing with the Wolfman is that it looks like a villager if it gets checked by a C action. It could be the Gwommy man, the wannabe Gwommy man, or the seer that checks them. And then I'm going to tell the whoever is doing the C action that they are a villager. And finally, the thing that it could be is a tough wolf. The tough wolf is sort of the nemesis of the baby dragon. It's just like a baby dragon, but it's a werewolf, so it has 2 lives for all purposes.
So for every purpose, like it doesn't matter when it dies.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how. Okay. And then, of course, the Gremlin team has... Well, the Gremlins, they don't have any special ability except for Gizmo. Gizmo is the leader of... if Gizmo... Well, okay, I'm going to rephrase that. The Gremlin team will consist of Mogwais that were turned into Gremlins or people that were turned into Gremlins by Gremlins getting water on them. So you could have like a bodyguard Gremlin, sort of, after a while, but not from the start. And also Gizmo, he's a special Mogwai. He can hide inside his little helmet that protects him, thanks to Jenny for pointing that out. So he cannot become, even if you can't feed him after midnight. If you try to feed him, I'm just going to ignore it. So he can't become a Gremlin. He's a guaranteed villager for the whole game.
What? You're talking about Gizmo?
Yeah.
So Gizmo's good?
Gizmo, yeah, all Mogwais are good.
Have you not seen the movie? Of course Gizmo's good.
Okay, so, no. I am familiar. I've seen the pictures, but no, I've not watched the movie.
All right. Well, basically, Gizmo is the cute little thing that, like the cute pet, and then if you feed it after midnight, it becomes a Gremlin, which is a scary monster who wants to eat people.
Well, I thought Gizmo was so Gizmo's like the cute one or whatever.
Yeah. Gizmo is like one. He's the one in the movies. He's one of the cute ones, so to speak. All right. Then, what have I missed? I always miss something in these. Yeah. Okay, we have attributes and items as well.
Wait up, just a sec, Joseph. What happens if the Mogwais, if we have multiple Mogwais, they as a team just want to win? Can they kill during the night?
No, Mogwais are on the village team. But if they become Gremlins, then they wake up during the night and they will start killing people.
So are you going to be calling for the Mogwais every night?
The Gremlins, yes, I will call for the... Not on the first night, because there. I will say that there are no Gremlins right now. There's only Mogwais in the village. But if you start... But if you start feeding them...
Sorry.
Yeah, if you start feeding them, then they become the Gremlins.
It seemed like the only way that you could get them is if you squirted them and fed them, which would be a village thing. So why the heck would Gwommy Man ever do that?
That's where the chat comes in. That's where the chat comes in. The chat, the viewers on YouTube, they have a weird feeding feel, like they're interested in that. So they're going to start feeding people every night.
I see.
So yeah, that could go. And they won't know who's the Mogwai either. So like.
Joseph, might be a silly question, but just it might be a bit breaking if I don't ask about it. When someone gets feed, can they pick the same person every time they get feed as to who they feed?
Probably the different person every night, like the same as bodyguard.
It's like the bodyguard. It's like the bodyguard.
Yeah, so I meant if we all agreed on like 2 people we were going to feed, that would really limit.
Well, the chat can feed whoever they want, so yeah.
And they will.
And they will.
Sneaking suspicion it's the chat that's going to introduce the chaos in this.
It probably is, yeah. So the chat in this game will only do one thing. Like in my previous streams, they got to do different things, different days. This game, they're only going to feed people. But they might feed one person, they might feed 3 persons. I'm not going to tell you. They're going to feed persons every night.
And who's the Gwommy Man?
And Gwommy Man will feed people as well, because if the wannabe has to do whatever.
Yeah, the second one.
Now you said when you feed a Mogwai it multiplies. How does that function?
No. The 3 rules are: don't bring them into light, because sunlight will kill them. Second one is don't feed them after midnight, because they turn into Gremlins. They become evil. And if you get water on them, then they will multiply. Someone else will become a Mogwai or a Gremlin as well.
Chef, I think your mic is having a lot of background.
So if I am a Mogwai and I get watered, one random player will become a Mogwai.
Yeah.
And then if we're fed, we become Gremlins. And when we are Gremlins, we kill during the night.
And if you were a Gremlin to start with and you got water on you, then a random person will become a Gremlin straight away.
A random villager?
And if we get a flashlight on us, we die, right?
A random Mogwai.
Yes, if you get a flashlight. No, you don't die. You just, like, in the night, you just get a little bit of light. But I did forget something. I knew I would forget something. There is a 6th action, of course, for the Gwommy Man. The 6th action is Hag. which is like the old hag, just like the old hag, nothing special. The thing is though, if the Gwommy man sends someone out of the village and they are a Mogwai or a Gremlin, will be exposed to sunlight and they will die. So that's a way to kill Mogwais and Gremlins as well, to send them out.
Joseph, just for the record, because of the rules, it's protect, nominate, candidate, nominate, right?
Yeah, nominate, protect, water gun,
flashlight,
feed,
water gun,
hag.
feed, hag.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Sorry.
All right.
It kills Mogwais also, not just Gremlins.
Yeah. All right. Now let's go.
I didn't catch it earlier. Can we get a Gremlin werewolf?
No.
Werewolves cannot become gremlins.
No.
So it's not a
Mogwais.
random person; it's a random villager that converts to a
Yes,
Mogwai.
yes, exactly. Yeah, sorry. All right, let's go on to the attributes and items. And so anyone, no matter what kind of role you have, you could have one or more of these attributes or items. Okay, so the first attribute is to be a lichen. If you're a lichen, you look like a werewolf to the C actions, but you're not actually a werewolf. Or you might be a werewolf, because a werewolf could be a lichen as well. It's really weird, but that's how it works. The second, you won't know that you're a lichen, by the way. The second attribute is cursed. You won't know that you're cursed. But if you're a villager that is cursed, or a Mogwai, if you're on the village team and you're cursed, then if the werewolves target you at night, you won't die. Instead, you will become a werewolf. But a gremlin, a cursed gremlin, doesn't matter because they will not turn. They are so into their whole gremlin thing.
You said a Mogwai would, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then the third attribute is to be a hunter. So anyone can be a hunter. If you're a hunter, when you die, you get to kill someone instantly. And
anyone can be that?
Anyone, yeah. And the last attribute is a bot. So you might not be a flesh person. You might be a robot, actually. If you're a bot, you have something wrong with your programming. So you will have some quirk that you have to perform each day. It could be... basically, in my games, I don't do like... I will say right away, I don't do things that are like... Oh, you have to scratch your beard or stuff like that. It's more related to what you say or what you do, like in terms of... Yeah, if you played in my games earlier, you know what I mean.
You must rhyme everything you say.
And you must do this.
You pick a different music genre every game.
I will say there's basically no way for me to keep track of this because it's so chaotic. But if I spot that someone who has a quirk is not doing their quirk, then the next night I will perhaps I will kill them. We'll see. A lot of things will also be determined by this little guy, so there's some randomness involved in things. Then we have some items. So the items, the first item is a deflector shield. It's sort of like an umbrella that Ayahu made up. So if you become a candidate, someone nominates you and it gets second. When it's time for like defenses and the voting and everything, you can just raise your hand and say, I want to use my deflector shield. And then you just choose anyone else and you say that they are the candidate instead and you are off the hook. And then they have to defend themselves and they are up for voting. And that's a one-time use. You can use your deflector shield and then it's gone. And then we have another item, which is the tin-foiled hat. If you have the tin-foiled hat on, then if you get checked or flashlighted or whatever in night, instead of me saying, yeah, you're a werewolf or you're a gremlin or you're not, I will just do this. I don't know, because you have a tin-foiled hat. So that's a protective thing. And let's see, then the new item for tonight is that, I don't know why, it's really stupid, but for some reason some of you guys are carrying around these buckets of water running around in the village. So if you have a bucket of water and you get killed, then your neighbor, which is on my screen, so you're not going to know who's neighbors, then that's how so it's basically random in that sense.
You splash.
Well, you can, if you die, you can watch the stream and then you will find out how it looks on my screen. You will splash, so the next person, one person next to you will get water on them. So that's not good. And I think that is it.
Can werewolves kill gremlins or no?
Yes, gremlins and werewolves can kill each other during the night. And if they target the same person, then that person dies. It's not like Tom's when he had 2 werewolf teams. So I think that is everything. Is there any questions?
Yeah, can you start over and re-explain everything? I'm confused.
Yeah, sure. And then we'll never get
I
started.
definitely missed stuff, but that's okay.
You can always.
It's all, Jenny's been typing it all. It's good.
Yeah.
It's all in the chat.
I will also say,
Yeah.
if you have questions during the game, I will ask you, everyone, to not use the chat in Zoom, when the game starts, because I might need to send you some information in chat, and then it's easy to miss if people are using it for other things. And also, if you have a question and you don't want to say it out loud, you can always send me a private message, and whenever I have time, I will answer you, or I might answer you.
Okay. What did I miss? I got to bot and then I crashed.
All right. So after the bots, we have the items. If you check the chat,
Joseph, I'll
it's in
explain
there.
them. Just go ahead with giving out the roles.
Yeah.
So we have one more
Save time.
problem, which is that we actually do have 25 people right now.
Well, we're gonna play with 25 then.
Okay, that's fine.
People are gonna start dying.
I don't mind.
anyway.
I'm just like letting you know.
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
want to. I don't want to boot
explain.
anymore.
I'll explain Strawberry the things, and you can go ahead.
Yeah.
with,
Okay. I'm gonna go into my own zone and randomize stuff.
So there are three items, Strawberry. One of them is the deflector shield. Whenever a person during the day is nominated and they have the deflector shield, they can use it, and it's a one-time use. They can use it to nominate another person instead of them, and they get get to be one of the two candidates during the day. So this type of games that Joseph does, they don't work with the 3 nominations and then we sleep. We get 2 nominated persons, and those 2 persons are the ones on the chopping block, and when we vote up for one of the persons, down for the other person, and if it's a majority, the one that has the majority dies.
Okay.
If it's tied, no one dies.
Okay.
And we go to sleep. So that's the deflector shield. So if you're nominated, you can use it, and you deflect the nomination from you and pick a person, and that person is the candidate for that day.
Okay.
So the second one is the tinfoil hat. Someone who wears the tinfoil hat does not is not getting marked by the powers of the different people during the night. So, for example, if the seer checks you and you're a werewolf wearing a tinfoil hat, you'll be you'll get out as a villager.
Yeah.
No, it will be an unknown.
It'll be
Or an
unknown.
It doesn't work.
Unknown.
It would
Yeah.
not work actually.
They can't read you one way or the other. They have no idea.
So no powers
okay.
during the night can affect you. And then this is a new one for this game. Since we have Mogwais and Gremlins coming out in the game, random people will have as items buckets of water, which means that if they die, immediately they splash the water, and one random person that is on the village team will become Mogwai. If I understood that correctly, right?
Yeah, I got it.
So,
Or it will also multiply if it's a gremlin or already someone who's a Mogwai.
Yeah, if a gremlin gets wet, somebody becomes a gremlin or a mogwai.
A Mogwai.
Whatever they are. So if they're a
Whatever they
gremlin, they
are.
become a gremlin. If they're a mogwai, they become a mogwai.
Yep.
Yeah, and if it's
I
neither,
got you now.
if the person who splashes neither gremlin nor a mogwai, then nothing happens.
Yeah.
Now, what happens when we flash them? I forgot.
That's just
You get
that's
to
the
see.
You get to
See if they
they're
are a gremlin or a
Oh,
mogwai.
okay. So it's like checking for mogwais.
Yeah. Yep.
Gremlins.
Anyway,
Either.
I have.
Oh, is it? Okay.
New people. If you're confused, it's okay.
If you're confused, you're in the right place.
I'm always confused.
So are we.
Not confused.
Something's
Can you
wrong.
please explain us? Exactly, Chris.
Yeah, if anyone claims to know what's going on, I'm nominating you.
I think Alex
not-
knows
it makes
exactly what's
sense.
going on.
It's
Real
all
quick,
about-
though, it's confused.
Nostradamus.
Well, if he does,
I
does he
seen
have
Alex
to let
drinking
everybody
that
else in?
wine, so.
Hey, Brayden.
Hey.
Like, Alex.
Yeah, I've been watching this too.
Yeah, I've been doing it. It's great.
Oh my goodness.
Is Simon sleeping? Did we put you to sleep,
Priceless.
Simon?
You got one, Bettina. Awesome.
Oh, look
That's
at
awesome.
that.
Look at hey.
well, I guess
Gizmo.
Bettina is
Well, this Alex is providing
Wow.
entertainment.
Bettina is the Asian traveler that got the village.
That's awesome.
I have one too somewhere. I just can't find him.
Oh, I had one as a kid.
All right,
I
so
don't know. It's
I'm
not
gonna
my
start
mom's
sending out the roles, and I will also say to the chat that I will ask you because there's nobody like really keeping track now. So basically,
I'm here.
when the game starts, you can't be in the chat, of course, because there will be spoilers and everything. So basically, what you need to do in the chat is like at the end of the day or during the day, just give me one name of a player that you want to feed the next night. Then I will check the chat and I will just pick some people that I see names of. So it might not be the one that got the most votes and so on, because that will be too tricky for me to keep track of. But I will try to like see if you're all saying the same name. Obviously, that's the person that gets fed.
Do you want to share the ticks with the chat, and then they can help look to sort of police that?
If I had planned for it, it would have been cool, but it would take too long now to. I have everything on pen and paper.
Just vote between each other, guys, and then at Joseph when you are ready with the answer.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Joseph, I'm not in the chat. My son is in the other room, so you don't have to worry.
Yeah. I'm just saying. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same here.
So when you die, normally we have this Discord thing, the Discord dead chat, but it's more fun for you to go to the actual stream, because then you can affect the game as well.
Joseph, how do I go to the stream?
I just put the link in the chat.
Yes, Yahoo just shared the link.
All right, I'll start sending out stuff here.
Go to YouTube and search board games with Niramas.
Yeah, that's
That is one way.
That is hard to spell Niramas, because the spell checks don't know how to spell that.
Yeah, it's right there.
It's actually, if you just
I get into
game.
YouTube and I'm like, Niramas.
I actually had to resist the urge to just log straight into
just go to
YouTube
YouTube
stream
and
of
search
this and
near
then,
and far.
before coming into the game. I usually just go straight to the chat. I'm just like, oh wait, I'm here today.
That's going to be weird for you, isn't it?
A little bit.
Just search near and far, and you'll get.
You
to
do realize if it's most people that go to the chat, they're spraying you first.
That's true.
That's because you're normally interacting with them. So.
Okay. All right, I found it. I'm leaving the Zoom call then. Bye, guys.
Bye. Okay, why is everyone going to the stream when they die?
Because
it's more fun.
Basically, you influence things, because if you're like a werewolf, you can basically influence things. You can sort of
you can spray people and stuff like that.
Yeah, the chat in Joseph's games gets to vote on things. So like the game is affected by the chat. So when you die, go there so you can affect the game from the grave.
Even though you know what team you're on, you can still help your team.
Yep.
You can kind of be like a ghost.
It's like a group vote. So like the whole entire
chat is doing.
Yeah, chat decides one thing a day.
So
like,
you
it's
might
not
be
like an
outvoted,
individual
Jason,
decision.
or you might sway the votes. Everything is possible.
Basically, if
I'll say
you're
that we're-
confusing because most of you are dead, you can then sort of try and correct it a little bit.
But I don't think you can really help your team, because you're actually helping the Gremlin team, because
you
can't
in this
actually help
version,
the
yeah.
werewolves.
We're $46 away from
Gremlins are losing
$1,500
really
on
badly.
the,
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
on the charity.
All right, I'm gonna say that as well. There's a link in the description to this video. You can support the Jack Vessel Memorial Fund. Go support it, guys. Put in whatever you can there. Support it. It's for charity. Thank you so much.
We can get 2,000. That would be amazing.
I have some exciting news too. The dead chat I've been watching to see when I broke 200, and we hit 200 people in the dead chat today. So that stupid server was just a thing that I set up in February because I had to skip a gaming convention, and I never dreamed that it would be having 200 people. People join in games that I'm not even a part of at this point.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This group
yours
has
is
really
the
grown
dead
over the
chat.
year too.
Yeah, I mean, we are a big
It's been great.
community. Slightly dysfunctional family.
Slightly? Somewhat.
Slightly an understatement.
It's just, I don't know. Everyone's at each other's throats all the time here. I don't know what it's about.
Community built around lying to each other. It's great.
Yes.
What could go wrong?
That's for it.
It's a wonderful family.
Well, if you don't lie to each other, can you really call yourselves friends?
No, but you can call yourself family.
That's a very good point.
Well, Joseph, this game has promise. It seems pretty intriguing.
Yeah.
It's right up your
It
lane.
seems
And
perfectly
pretty
balanced
crazy.
on all levels.
Yes.
I looked at the numbers to balance it on the cards. So. I made the cards myself, though. But,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The Gwommy main card's just a big question mark.
yeah.
Instead of
Mogwai.
about point value. He picks his point value.
Did you read Sean's comment? Families that kill together stay together.
Yeah, that one came from a game of Werewolf we were playing where there was a husband and wife playing and they were both werewolves.
Right, I'm almost done.
I should also take this opportunity to let people know that there's this other game called Blood on the Clock Tower.
Don't say it.
Where's the ban button?
Don't go there.
Okay, someone mute him. Someone mute him quick.
They are who your dying night
You
hero
all,
now.
you all. No.
Well, we know who the first victim's gonna be.
I tried to watch a video and had no clue what's going on.
That's right. The players have no clue what's going on either.
Yeah, that's how
I only played those two games.
Exactly.
And that happened so
No one
long.
has a clue unless you're Adele.
No,
Adele's the only one.
And I
Yeah,
can pick out
Adele's a
Adele. I
mastermind.
picked out Adele every time. I don't know why.
He's the only one who ever knows what's going on.
But you know, it's funny thing is I played with Adele 3 times. All 3 games I pegged him what his role was every single time.
Can I just say, I think I should come out now. I'm the saint this game, so I don't think you should kill me.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm the good twin.
Lies. Happy New Year, everyone.
Yes, Happy New Year.
Yes,
New Year,
Happy New
everyone.
Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, we got like 15 minutes for it. Time for that
We're
party.
9.5 hours into 28.
Still a little early for me.
Already in since 9.5
Jason gone
hours.
to play Blood on the Clock Tower, has he?
I got 5.5 hours to go.
Words.
It's only 10:36 p.m. here.
I think I might have the longest to go. I'm on the Pacific.
10:36.
Yeah, I'm on the West Coast. United
I'm
States.
on the West
I
Coast,
got a
so
while.
it's 2:36. I got a while.
Yeah, you got a long time.
I'm from Hawaii, so I think I've got about another 12 hours.
Just about.
And I'm from American Samoa.
Is that where you
so
found the
I've got
luchador
even
mask?
longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, just chilling here in Bora Bora.
Drinking that wine, Alex.
Jason's back.
Oh, I've been here the whole time.
Jason's back.
In
I thought you
my,
went to Blood on the Clock Tower.
in my drywall, you know. house in
Why,
Bora
when
Bora.
you said that, did I get a horror theme shoot in my head?
Is Jason a horror monster now?
I don't know. Just somehow when you said Jason is back, I got the horror theme tune stuck in my head.
I was thinking of Backstreet's back myself.
Backstreet's back.
Oh.
I need to mute people, honestly.
Yeah, yes, I agree.
Nominate Alex.
Well, in other news, I've been up playing Werewolf for 12 hours straight.
What are you going to be drinking first tonight, Alex?
This is lovely Spanish wine.
Okay,
You're just
so
drinking Worcestershire sauce.
did anyone not get a roll?
Me.
Alex got a roll and a quirk.
I just sent
Oh,
you
no,
strawberry.
I got it. I got it.
You know,
Hold
Alex
on.
is going to make one up if he didn't get one.
If you have any questions about the rolls
okay,
and you
I
want to
got it.
ask out loud, obviously, then send me a private message. I'll try to check that as we go.
What does villager mean again? No, I'm kidding.
Is Villager with 2 L's or one? Okay.
I don't know. I'm writing quick here, so it could be 1 or 2.
Does
All
villager
right.
mean 2 V's next to each other?
That's something else. That's something else. Is it upside down? Then it's an M. That's Mogwai. So.
There you go.
All right. So we're gonna start off, and on night 0, I will say that I will start off by waking up the Gwommy Wolf and the wannabe Gwommy Wolf that I forgot to mention. By the way, there's a wannabe Gwommy Wolf. That one gets whatever role the Gwommy Wolf didn't pick.
So we wait till Brayden gets back?
Yeah, that could be a good idea, I guess.
There's a wannabe Gwommy man too,
No, we'll,
right?
we'll just kill him when he gets back. It's fine.
And what about backups? Is that a thing?
There's no backup today. No, he gave up. He's out of the village.
He's on holiday.
It's like the Gwommy hag. She was here for a while,
Yeah,
but
old
then she
hag's
decided
coming
to
out
move.
already.
Yeah.
The
He's already celebrated the new year. He's passed out.
Yeah, they might come back another time. You know, the Gwommy Cabra might come back some time, and we never know.
We actually seen the Gwommy Combo actually win a game.
Oh yeah, that's true. And the minion, the Gminion has to come back. And the Gwackers. Yeah. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna mute you all, and we're gonna get started. So good luck to everyone. I hope you will have a good time. That's the main goal of the game, obviously. And let's be friendly to each other. There we go. Let's go to sleep, everyone. And let's start with night 0. So we're going to start off with the Gwommy Wolf. So the Gwommy Wolf, if you want to wake up, you will get to choose between being one of these 2 roles for the rest of the game. So you can go do thumbs up or thumbs down. You want to be that? All right. So I'll just note it down that you are that. You can go back to sleep. Then I will ask the wannabe Gwommy Wolf to wake up. And you will be this for the rest of the game. All right. And I will note that down here as well. Then let's have the bodyguard wake up. You're not going to get to protect anyone tonight, but I want to say hi. So if the bodyguard could wake up. Bodyguard, where are you? All right. Then let's have the seer wake up. The seer can wake up and you will get to check someone. So do you want, and now you will have to tell me, do you want to do seer? Do you want to see or do you want to use a flashlight? Obviously you want to see because there's no gremlins and so far, but all right, so let me see here. I'll do that. Okay. Then let's have the werewolves. All the werewolves, no matter what kind of werewolf you are, you can wake up and wave to each other, say hi. And there's supposed to be this many, so I hope everyone can see all of them. All right, you can go back to sleep. Then we are going to have the, where are we? We're going to have the Gwommy man wake up. So the Gwommy man, you will get to do one of these 2 things. So tell me what you want to do. You want to do that, so who do you want to do it to? Thank you. Then the wannabe Gwommy man. So wannabe Gwommy man, you can wake up and you have to do this. So who do you want to do it to? Thank you. I just need to check something here. Okay, I will have to send 2 messages out real quick to do something here. Let me check something. I think there might be a mistake here. I don't know if it's my mistake or if it's... Right, I'm gonna send a message here. I don't really know how to fix this. Oh no. Okay, I'm messing things up even more here. Everyone can wake up. But don't unmute yourself. I need to send a message to a few people here. So everyone can check your messages. And please answer my message if you get one. I need an answer to the last message I sent someone there. Okay, so whoever I'm talking to in the chat, you are now whatever I told you. Okay. Then I need to send another message out because there's been some confusion. I understand that because it is confusing. There's a lot of stuff going on. So check your messages, please. And there, now I sent all the messages I need to send. I just need a confirmation on the last thing there from someone. Okay. Oh no, I need confirmation on whoever I just sent the message to. Can you just tell me yes or no on my question? Okay, so we'll do it that. Everybody close your eyes. And then I will ask the werewolves, the wannabe werewolf, Gwommy wolf, and the Gwommy wolf, all werewolves to wake up. All right, and you see this many. Can you give me a thumbs up if you see this many werewolves? Okay, then we're okay. Yeah, then we're okay. No problem. All right, sorry for that. Just a little bit of confusion. Well, everyone can wake up. We are done with night 0. And a few things happened here. So I will announce whoever got. So Sonia, you got a water gun, water pistol. So, and if you have a water pistol at any time, you can just raise your hand and say, I want to use my water pistol, and who you want to spray. And you actually have one. That's cool.
I feel like if you use it, you're kind of outing yourself as an evil person.
Yeah. Hey, if I had a water gun, I would be using it every single day. Just to let you know.
Listen, I have a cat. Wait a minute, I have a cat, so I have a water gun. Okay.
I have a dog, if that helps.
Joseph, just a quick question. The flashlight, does it show Mogwai or just Gremlins?
It only shows Gremlins. Well, it only shows Gremlins. The Mogwai are sleeping because they are peaceful.
Okay, I messed up with the rules at the beginning.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Merry New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah.
New Year.
Eric, we have
I
matching
hate
shirts.
these ghost games. I'm out of here.
So if you are the bodyguard, Eric, I need you to protect me because we have matching shirts. So I demand protection from my matching shirt brother.
Don't think it works that
If
way.
you're the bodyguard.
Sound
Put
logic.
that out there.
No, that's sound.
Sure.
Definitely don't think it works that way.
No.
It's just a matching shirt thing, okay? If you get a matching shirt with someone else, you can offer the same. It's fine.
I think Daniel's a werewolf. Daniel, are you a werewolf?
What? No.
Okay.
Go ahead and check.
We gotta get that out of the way quickly.
Come on.
Daniel, I put you to my first slot, so just to let you know.
Look, my first sentence within when the game starts is like, I'm not a werewolf.
That's right. I trust him 100%.
I know. I'm trustworthy like that.
The last time I told Daniel I trusted him, he killed me as a werewolf. I'm just saying, FYI.
I don't
You
know.
should never trust Daniel.
No, I would never do such shenanigans to people on my team. Were you on my team?
Shenanigans.
Little shenanigans. The wee little
Were
shenanigans.
you on my team, Chef?
No, that time, no. But
well, that's super normal then.
I don't know if this means anything, but you guys know me, and I always like do things. So
That's the Sasquatch coming out.
No. There's no Sasquatch. But I noticed one thing. And ironically, I was like this the whole time because I didn't know Joseph was gonna make people look at chat and type back. But the 5 people who had their hands down the whole time, who looked like they might have been typing, were a Yahoo, Josh, Braden, Coroller, and Simon. And if he made the werewolves look at each other again, or one of them, or possibly 2 of them, might be a werewolf because they were the only, like, some people had their hands up. I could tell you, like, my hand was up like this because that's how I keep my hand. Andreas
Wouldn't use that, Jason.
What?
Yeah, I wouldn't use that.
But clearly I wasn't typing back, so I wasn't responding to a message. I'm just saying people who
You've never typed with one hand before?
Not usually.
I've never typed
So,
period.
people would definitely do that in this because you're trying to be sneaky.
Before I was trying to be super shady, I was typing with one hand. But
And
I don't-
actually,
I
just to
type with
kind of
two.
debunk that, Jason, I actually put both my hands on my keyboard back to my mouse because I knew people were probably looking for that, and I didn't want to break the game.
Oh, wait,
I
was
stayed down the whole
bringing
time.
it up.
I
was
did too. I stayed down the whole time because of that. So
I was just.
I wasn't
bringing
even
it up-
thinking about it.
I was just bringing it up because.
well,
I was
that's
looking
normal
at-
for you, Josh.
And
Not
Jason, where do
thinking.
you think
No,
my
I'm just
hands
kidding.
are?
Yeah.
But again, I
Sorry.
was just looking at who was intensely looking at their keyboard. That doesn't mean anything. It was just I was looking at who was intensely looking at the time
Okay.
for the exact reason
So
that you were saying. That
okay, so game wise, what do you guys think about like how many? Does anyone have any idea of like how many Mogwai, aka werewolves to villagers ratio that we might have?
I think we have 5 Mogwai.
No idea.
I
Five
reckon
Mogwai?
with it with the size, we probably
That
have
would be a
maybe
lot.
5 and 5.
I don't
my
know,
gosh.
maybe like 3 werewolves at least,
Well,
because there are
Lower number
cursed.
of Mogwai to start with, because once
If
they
you think about the
I don't know
movie,
how many people are cursed.
in the
What?
movie, it's only Gizmo and Spike at the beginning, and then Spike turns into a bunch of other ones. And Gizmo and Spike get wet, and then more of them come out. But it's only Gizmo and Spike. So if it's just like the movie, we have Gizmo and Spike, and that's it.
Except Spike
There's no
wasn't-
guarantee of that.
Spike wasn't
There's
a
no
character
guarantee of
that
that.
was-
No,
If it's
but
like the
one
movie-
point that
Good
he
info.
does make though, it could be a lower
But they
number
do have the
knowing they can
potential to
multiply.
really rapidly.
Yeah.
Right.
I think there's maybe one.
That
They
makes
can
sense.
multiply really quickly.
I think we.
Actually,
I
in
think
the
Small
we
number
got,
movie,
makes
it's just Gizmo until he gets wet, and then it's Spike.
Well, Gizmo can't turn into a gremlin, so.
No,
gets
but he
wet,
can
and then
produce
there's
more
more that are
Mogwais.
made. Yes,
Okay.
he gets wet first, and then Spike is made, and then Spike gets wet and takes a shower, and then a bunch more are made. So
Shower.
Anybody want to come out
Nominate
as Gizmo?
Jason. I'm nominating Jason. He's trying to sidetrack us here with all this discussion of the actual film. We don't need to watch the film. We need to kill werewolves.
You need to watch the film. It's actually a good
Someone
movie.
is buzzing my door. Sorry.
I agree, it is a good movie, but we really don't need the dialogue.
True.
Well,
No,
if
I
we're
agree
trying
with
to
that too.
determine- If we're trying to determine how many,
I mean, it's
Different things we have.
it's a nice discussion, but it,
We're here to learn something.
And that was a legitimate nomination, by the way, if anyone wants to second.
that's super.
What
super-
was the nomination?
I would rather
Jason.
listen to
Simon
people
nominated,
saying a bunch
Jason.
of stuff than just nominate. That's
Yeah.
super bad, Simon.
Yeah, that's
I don't
fair.
know.
University security is at my door. So
Oh, really?
yeah.
Here's what, Alex.
I've sent someone to check, but just in the event that I disappear, I have a bunch of burly security people at the door. So
Oh my god.
Hey, that's good. Alex, what are you doing?
Get them to put some
I'm
donated
using my
money.
advanced surveillance techniques.
Gosh.
Oh dear.
He's been playing Werewolf way too long today.
Yeah, it's getting to
That
his
sauce
brain.
is
Drinking
just
too much
getting
sauce.
to the brain.
I
Elliot,
was
were
drinking
you
hot sauce a second ago.
Yeah,
Elliot, were
far
you
too
gonna
much
say
hot
something?
sauce.
Yeah, I just was going to earlier disagree with the count on werewolves. I think with how Joseph does things, we could well have 6 or possibly even 7 werewolves.
I think it's the
Yeah.
2 Gwommy wolves and 4 normal wolves.
If there are a lot
That's
of
what I think.
Mogwai, then it's super safe to say that it might be 6.
Yeah.
And it might,
I
yeah,
don't
it might
know.
end
There are
up coming
a lot
down
of
to.
Mogwai.
there's a lot of
It might end up
Mogwai.
coming down to Gremlins versus werewolves.
But I
Yeah.
don't know.
There's a lot of
We don't
Mogwai
know
right
how the
now.
chat will work into this. If the
Yeah.
chat
They-
can
Yes,
easily
if-
create gremlins, then it
Yes.
has to be a lot of werewolves.
But not a lot of Mogwai. I think there's very few Mogwai right now. There's going to be
So
more.
I think,
than
yeah, probably more werewolves than there should be.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
imagine like
A couple
1,
Mogwais.
2, or 3 Mogwai, like at most.
Joseph, are you going to ask for the gremlins every night, even though there aren't any yet?
Yeah, starting
Probably
from
the best way to do
the
it.
next night.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's definitely more than 1 Mogwai. Joseph is not going to have come up with all this mechanic and let us accidentally kill off his 1 Mogwai on the first day.
Mogwais can
I agree with
multiply
that.
Snow
pretty
will always
rapidly,
survive,
though.
though.
Yeah.
I think
so. That's why it can't be a whole lot.
And that's why
Right.
there's probably a lot of werewolves because it's probably going to end up being gremlins with werewolves at the end.
I think
Yeah.
those
Because
as well,
a
yeah.
bunch of us could turn into Mogwais, so there might be a bunch of Mogwais eventually.
I mean, that's my goal at
very
least.
well.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, if you think that, does that make Sonia with her water gun very dangerous?
Only if she uses it.
Only if she's a bad guy. Although as a werewolf, she wouldn't
If
use
she was a
it.
gremlin, it'd be great.
Does she have to announce that she's using it?
Look at her there with it. What more proof do you
She
want?
seems to have lost her
She
mind.
needed protection.
So
from
as a
you guys.
It's not
villager,
protecting you. It's hurting you.
so
If,
can I say
if you are a villager,
I
you will
know.
not use your squirt gun.
I have a thought as a villager, and I don't know if this is a good thought or a bad thought, but let me just put out my thought. The villagers, as a villager, we have two choices. It's either we stay villagers or we all turn into gremlins and beat the werewolves by turning into gremlins. That's really
Yes. Let's
choice
all
we
become
have.
gremlins. That's my thought.
No,
Let's
I'm
overpower
Power
them.
become gremlins. I
I'm
like
fair,
that
I'm
as
saying,
well.
every single
idea,
villager
yeah.
turns into
All
a
right, Sonya,
gremlin.
start squirting.
We could kill the werewolf that way. I don't know if there's enough time in the game that we'll all turn into gremlins, but theoretically, if every villager turns into a gremlin, we could kill the werewolves.
We just win as a
that way.
gremlin.
It's every
Yeah.
man for himself.
No, it's
I
not.
like that thought. Yeah,
Aren't the
I wanna-
gremlins a team? Aren't the gremlins a team and we'll see each other at night eventually?
And then
They
we
are.
get
Yeah.
we'd get 2 kills. We get the daytime kill and the
Yeah, so
as
is
a
it,
villager, I want the
Things have gone
gremlins
off
to
the
do we
rails.
all want to turn into gremlins or do we not want to turn into gremlins?
all
I don't
gone
know
so
if it's good or
poorly.
bad.
I
I'm
don't
just
think
thinking out
we
the
as
puzzle.
a village team should want
don't
to
think we can
join a
multitask.
different
Yeah,
team
that's
and try to
actually
make that
breaking
team
the
win.
game. It's
Yeah.
okay.
All right,
but
That
it's
would be
breaking
so hard
the
to
game.
coordinate.
Kill
Okay,
Timothy.
so
He doesn't want to
that
join
was
the
just
gremlin
my
team.
I would
thought.
never.
I'm
do
with the
that.
idea, though. Yeah.
I would never do that. I, for example,
Sure,
I
sure,
want to
on the
be on the gremlin team.
Village forever.
Yeah.
Daniel, what are you saying?
I'm finally a villager, guys. Come on. Stop.
How many
Stop with the
opportunities are we going to
shenanigans.
have
I
to
don't
win
want
on
to be evil
gremlin
again.
team? Come on.
Yeah, I want to remember this gremlin win.
Yes.
If there's enough turns and everyone turns into a gremlin, then it's like the town all turned into gremlins and killed the werewolves, and we still win. But we just
That's
win
the
as
problem
gremlins.
is there's not enough time though.
Yeah, I'm worried that there's
Yeah,
not.
we
So there's
can't-
chat.
put in
There's
multiple.
There's multiple squirt guns. There's buckets. We got lots of time.
Oh my goodness.
got lots
Oh,
of
yeah, that was a
I don't know
question I
squirt
had.
guns and
Or
buckets. I'm
Do
just
the
thinking
people
this
with
might be a
buckets
better
know that they have a bucket?
strategy.
They get it when they die, I think.
Yeah,
Do they know that they have a
people,
bucket?
help us out.
They may know they have it, but that's not helpful because they don't know who they're sitting next to.
Right.
Well, it's just a question. I understand that you don't know who you're sitting.
We
next
just
to.
want to flood this baby. Get a
thing
deluge
is,
going.
until
Turn
you're-
everybody into Mogwai.
Again,
Yeah,
I just
there you
brought it
go.
up. I don't know if it's good or a good strategy or a bad strategy, but it's a strategy.
But it's a strategy. It is a
Whether it's
strategy.
good or bad, I don't know. But it feels like we'd be more powerful as a team if we all turned into gremlins and killed the werewolves. It feels like
Just
it. I don't
flood the
know if
whole
that's-
thing to have it over
Well,
with.
Well, Cinderella's about to be outed, so should we start nominating people?
All right, before you start nominating people, it is 2 minutes to midnight. So, as promised, I am going to take my phone over here, and I'm gonna walk outside, and we'll do some
Draco.
fireworks for a few minutes. So, I'll talk to you through
Are
the
we
phone.
gonna see this on the stream, I hope?
They're chatting about it.
Can you
Yeah,
Share
look at
the
Draco.
Yeah. Happy New Year, everyone.
Whilst Joseph has his headset off, I want
Yay!
to make a nomination.
Somehow we got to eliminate someone right now.
Camera. Now I'm like, we're missing nothing.
I
We're all
think
sitting
because
there
it's. I think he's
anticipating
got his
these
hand over it.
fireworks.
Draco, your camera sucks.
I think he had his hand over it. There we go.
Why?
Oh yeah,
Draco,
we can all
Draco
turn off
ate
our
the
cameras.
camera
That's a good
actually.
idea.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
you
that's
Yeah.
true.
You could pin Draco's camera.
Everybody turn off your
You can just
cameras.
pin Dracos.
Or
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
pin it.
just
Yeah,
switch
either
to
way.
speaker view.
Yeah, everybody stay in with.
It's so
Oh,
confusing. Oh my
okay,
word.
okay, Joseph's on
Oh, I
another
can't.
camera.
Up, 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 up.
There's Joseph.
Very difficult to pin with everybody falling
Exactly.
out.
I'm trying, but.
There we go. Got it.
The chaos is
Ooh, there we go.
Oh, dang.
That's
God.
beautiful.
guys. I gotta let
Nice.
you know this. This is crazy.
The Americans are attacking.
Missed that now.
Well, let us know how we do.
Aw.
Shock and awe, shock and awe.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a little over the top.
Wow.
Oh, Happy New Year, Sweden!
Happy
Yeah.
New Year,
Sweden.
New Year.
Yay.
Meatballs to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hungry,
Well,
whoever.
And Macedonia.
Cheers.
Yep,
And
it's Happy
kinda
New Year
funny
for me as
because-
well, yeah.
Wow. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's
Yeah.
talking to you, Macedonia.
Joseph plays a lot of games that start at like 9
We're a
o'clock,
bit
which means
south,
that that's
so.
3 a.m. He starts.
Yeah.
Yeah, are we going to give Joseph a countdown then?
I don't know.
He's already done it. It's already.
I don't have the. I don't have.
You got 10, 9, 8, 7,
5, 7, 12, 21, 25, 7. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year.
Anyone got any party poppers?
And that's the grand finale right at midnight.
Wow. They put on quite the show.
Yeah, a lot of money for China.
In the video for his stream.
That is nice.
Nice.
Yeah, well, that's a pretty
Wow.
cool stream thing to have.
Yeah.
Because he's have this video.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Good. Yeah, he's muted so that he can scream out his window, as Swedes usually do.
Yeah, Swedes.
I'm gonna be right back.
Oh, I guess now he's coming back in since it went dark.
We need to get some people killed as well. So
Yes, we need to nominate.
yeah.
All right.
It feels really weird to now try to kill someone after that. Okay.
Nominate Draco. No.
Oh, that's just.
So
I know,
No.
like, okay, for that.
Joseph, that was great.
That was
Thank
cool.
you.
Yes,
That was
thank
awesome,
you,
though,
New
yeah.
Year. It's amazing.
Happy New Year, Joseph.
Thank you.
That was
Happy New Year,
beautiful.
everyone.
That's so cool to see all the
Happy New Year.
fireworks.
Really cool.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool because I know in a lot of. Why do I get?
Oh, I hear Draco talking. Draco's talking.
Can I kick him?
There you go.
Yeah. So if
yeah.
you pinned that, you have to go back to gallery view.
Yes, I know in a lot of countries right now you can't have fireworks and so on, so I thought it could be a good idea to just have it.
Yeah, that's great.
Joseph.
There's unfortunately fireworks going off here in the UK at the minute because of Brexit. So 11 o'clock is unfortunately also a really bad time as well.
Oh, does that happen
There's
at
no
11?
fireworks
It
going off
happens at
here
11
just
because
yet.
we've got Brussels time. So it's 12
Oh.
o'clock Brussels time. So bye-bye EU, unfortunately.
No one's celebrating in my community.
Yeah, nobody should
Hey,
really be
some
celebrating here.
fireworks.
With money from the EU, but
Here's go.
In 7 hours, I'll celebrate New Year's the American way by doing a mag dump with my AR-15 out the window.
As long as you
Put us
stream
all
it.
into that group.
Very.
Don't put us all into that group.
Oh.
All right, so let's find somebody or two people to
We need
try
to start
kill.
killing people.
We do.
Oh,
Can I just ask a question?
Yeah, you're invisible.
I left.
Oh,
Like you can hear me because I'm wearing a headset like cool
you're,
people.
you're in a children's.
I know.
Yeah.
That's kind of.
Oh,
That
I
seems a
put
bit
that up
dodgy.
because you guys are beneath me. Like this is child's play.
I nominate Yahoo. That's ridiculous.
Oh!
I'll say.
No. Alright. Oh boy.
Alright. We do need to nominate someone for
We
the
do,
other
though.
guys.
I'm sure I heard AR who got nominated and seconded there.
What?
Was that real or was that a joke?
That was a joke, I think.
I was
I
saying
don't
this
like
is a
it.
Yeah,
joke.
it doesn't make it invalid.
Alex, what are you doing? Alex, you're creeping me out now.
If I ask a question, I would probably get nominated. But if they multiply either the Mogwais or the Gremlins, is it a 1-to-1 multiply or is it a random multiply? Because in the movie they spread several. and they
No,
get-
it has to be one for game
It
purposes.
just spreads to one more every
Yeah.
time.
Just one more.
And,
to confirm.
Yeah, that
and I
makes
will
sense.
say it is. I will also say it is random. It's die. So like, let's say that Ayahu is the Mogwai, just for
Yeah,
example.
let's say that. That's awesome.
Yeah, and he gets water on him. I rolled the die, and if that's another Mogwai, then nothing happens because they just splash each other. It's not gonna chain wreck like in Pandemic because that would be
All right,
crazy.
guys. I don't think joining the Mogwai is going to work as well.
Okay, then yeah. My whole thing that I was saying about all the townsfolk turn into Mogwais and then we kill the werewolves won't work because we could splash each other if that happens. So not quite as good as I thought it would.
I'm sorry, I should have explained it
Chopper,
more.
are you already a Mogwai?
No, I'm not. Whoever just asked that to me, no, I'm not. But
Yeah, that is true. We always talk about how many werewolves there are. If the werewolves could just raise their hands, we could count them, and then we'd have a solid number.
It does make it better. It's easier to figure all this out.
Go ahead.
Yeah, feel free.
All right,
Simon.
you're a werewolf.
Simon, are you?
I'm gonna have to say.
Simon.
Yeah, I'm a werewolf. I'm the Gwommy wolf. I chose that I wanted to be the, I don't know, what was it? Fluffy wolf.
Wolf Cub Hunter?
Yeah, that's one. The Wolf Cub Hunter Lone Wolf Alpha.
This is a new strategy.
No,
come out as
Simon's
the
such
Gwommy
a
wolf,
bad
then you
liar
wolf.
that he comes out and tells the truth. Might be actually his play.
Yeah,
Because
it
he's
could be.
such a bad liar when he's bad. I'm just keep that in mind.
Did someone just?
I want to believe him.
What
Do you believe
exact
he
role?
actually came out as the lone Gwommy wolf?
Did you actually
alpha?
come out as the wolf, or are you just joking?
I'm sure that was a joke.
Well,
Well, it's unfounded, whichever way it is.
it's meant to be a joke, but
Double
Right.
down.
Oh, could be his quirk. Who knows?
Yeah.
Oh,
Pretty
it could
quirk.
be.
The worst quirk
I
ever.
doubt
Claim
it.
you're a
That's-
werewolf.
What
I
exactly?
doubt that's
did
a
you claim?
quirk.
You have to come out as a werewolf.
Being a werewolf.
To
That's a
nominate
pretty cool
every
quirk.
day.
I think
or-
that's a
Like asking for
fantastic quirk.
protection every day.
Well, there was one before that if someone asks if you're a werewolf, you have to say yes. And the wording of that question he may have interpreted it that way.
Although I think Joseph said he wasn't going to do those.
I'm
Like
not
you
gonna
can't
use
lie anymore.
don't lie
Well,
thing.
spoilers,
Yeah, I
that
had
isn't
that
like
one
a
and never
pop-up.
got asked. So
Simon, are you a werewolf?
I'm not
Guys,
using that, so don't start asking everyone.
We do need to nominate people because this game is going to last forever at this rate.
Yeah.
I mean, the Mogwai are technically villagers now, so if you want the village team to win, you should come out and get killed.
Except
But
for
you don't
Gizmo.
examine.
Gizmo doesn't change, right?
Well,
But that wouldn't be as fun.
if the Mogwai comes out, then there's potential.
Well, then they
To
could be
target
fed by
that
the
one.
chat. I'm just saying.
Right.
Yeah.
I also
mean-
think that you would disappoint Joseph if you broke the game.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not really breaking the game. It's more like it's probably not good for the village.
Well,
It's more
already
like
has
just
the
not
chat gonna
fun.
feed him, so.
I will have you know that if I was a Mogwai, I would, under no circumstances, get myself killed.
So my dog is literally
My-
under my feet. He's
My
super
allegiance
scared
is
of
to the chat.
Of the fireworks.
I have no idea.
Only mine too. So.
Whatever the chat wants from me
Chat, I love it.
is obviously
I don't
best.
want to get
What are you
slapped,
trying to get
so
from the
I would
chat,
get
Alex?
from the chat.
Chat, I'm hungry.
Oh gosh.
Does
All right.
anyone have a better
I-
idea than rolling a dice and nominating a random person?
I'll nominate. I'll nominate Simon
I'll second that.
All right,
because
so
even
Simon-
if he's
Simon is the first candidate for the day.
He said Paramecium. I heard it.
This is such a meta game.
Panda Museum. I didn't say Panda Museum.
We need a second candidate though.
Did you say pepperoni?
Paramecium.
Panda Museum.
Carnival.
Pepperami. I love a good pepperami.
Did you see the game that Julia was a carnival worker?
Oh, that's a great
Said
game.
Paramecium, and then we talked about it for like 3 hours.
Down the rabbit hole.
I do have critical information for the village.
Who does?
I do. I just and you just have to trust me on this, but I want you to know that I'm a humble merchant and I'm bringing 3 bushels of apples into Nottingham. So if you'll let me pass, it'll be just fine. Don't worry about it. 3 bushels of apples.
That is not pertinent information.
Sure that that's not cheese.
You're lying.
You should kill Alex. He seems to really need a break from this game.
All right, so we need a second candidate,
You, Alex.
or I'm just gonna kill
Elliot, are you having
Simon.
I'm sorry, who's the first candidate?
I have to say one
Simon.
good thing.
Simon.
That's at least the Dice Tower Essential version of the game instead of the ugly new version from Simon.
It is, yes.
Well, Simon, who do you want to go up against?
And
that's
that's
also
all I can say
Yeah,
is
Simon, who do you want to go up against?
Why do so many of you
That's
have
satisfying
Sheriff of
stuff.
Nottingham readily available?
I'm kind of. Who am I suspicious of? Let's choose. Who's been? Do you know what? I'm gonna choose. I'm gonna choose someone who's. I'm gonna choose Chef. I would
Right,
like
so-
to go. So I will nominate Chef.
Chef is
So-
nominated. Is there a second for Chef?
For the sake of time,
second.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh, second shot.
All right, so we have 2 candidates. So Simon, you will get a little bit of uninterrupted defense.
Yeah, I'm a villager. Or am I? I don't know. Yes. Don't kill me. Well, to be honest, yeah, go for
Happy
it.
New Year.
Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year. Yeah. Chef, do a better defense than that.
Happy New Year, Lucas.
Happy New
Happy New Year, Lucas.
Lucia.
Happy New Year.
Hi, Lucas. Happy New Year.
Could I have chosen Lucas instead?
Sorry.
No, he's the baby dragon.
All right, so
always-
let's hear Chef's defense.
Yeah, guys, I'm a villager. I'm on the villager team. I don't know. I'm gonna stay around, and I can prove to you later on in the game that I am. But as of right now, I can't. So I guess that's my best sense. But don't kill me. I will help with the numbers, and we will. Yeah, that's the best thing. But I can prove to you later on in the game that I'm a villager.
Well, that's a good defense.
All right, so basically, I am going to mute you all because of time. Normally, I do a little bit of questions and answers for the candidates, but we'll have to skip that today because of time. So you're gonna vote, and if you vote up, you want to kill Simon. If you vote down, you want to kill Chef, or you can just withdraw your hand, and then you're not voting for anyone. So we're gonna vote in up for Simon, down for Chef. In 3, 2, 1, vote. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. Okay, so Simon has been killed by the village.
Was someone voting like crisscross? You could vote like for no one.
Yeah, you can just
okay.
All right, so Simon is dead. I'm sorry, Simon, and Simon was a villager. So good night, everyone. And there we go. So let's do the first normal night then. So everybody is asleep, and we start with the Gwommy man. So Gwommy man, what do you want to do out of these two? You want to do that? So do you want to... All right, thank you. Wannabe Gwommy man. So you have to do this. So who do you want to do that to? Thank you. And we're going to have the bodyguard. The bodyguard, you can wake up. Who do you want to protect tonight? Thank you. And werewolves, all the werewolves, wake up and choose a target. Gonna need a majority decision soon. Alright, so I'm gonna go with what I see. Go back to sleep, werewolves. Can't spend the whole night baiting. Then gremlins, you nasty little creatures. Wake up. And who do you want to target? Thank you. Then let's have the seer wake up. So seer, who do you want to check tonight? Thank you. And then Gwommy Wolf and the wannabe Gwommy Wolf, you can wake up together. Gwommy Wolf and the wannabe Gwommy Wolf. If you have an action right now, then you can do your actions. All right. Thank you. You can go back to sleep. And that should be everything. Good morning, everyone. It's day 2. And it is, well, it's sort of a lovely day because nobody died. On the other hand, Jenny, you have been nominated. So, Jenny, you are on the chopping block already. And yeah, have fun with the day. I might send a message to someone, so you might want to check your messages at some point as well. But you can start talking and so on. I will limit the time a bit though, because of time. So you will need to get candidates.
So is that the Gwommy then that's done the nomination? I'm trying to remember all the roles.
so.
And then does that mean that was either the baby dragon or a bodyguard?
Was either Gwommy or chat?
Why did
there's a curse as well.
Curse that's turned.
There could have been a curse.
Or the bodyguard. Yeah.
So there's
Okay. I'm just trying to think of all the scenarios.
Lots of possibilities.
Now, one thing I want to say is that it seemed like it was a convincingly long amount of time for the Gremlins. So there maybe would have been 2 kills. So since nobody died, that seems odd.
I was protected by
what's the
Eric,
thing that-
my shirt ally, and I ask again for his shirt alliance to protect me.
Oh,
You can't
so there's
protect the
meta
same
stuff that I
person
don't even know
twice in a
about.
row anyway. So
I think
Um,
Daniel's a
There was
werewolf.
a water gun used, so there can't
I
be any
ask a
credit.
question. Explain how Jenny got nominated.
By the
What-
Gwommy man or the
Gwommy man or
Joseph is
Chat.
Joseph
But I
is the only
remember
person that can
something-
nominate
well-
someone is the Gwommy man.
Gwommy man or backup Gwommy
Joseph?
man.
Something that could do it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
saw
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Probably it was the
The only-
wannabe.
okay. Yeah.
At
So it
this
has to be the
point.
Gwommy man or the wannabe because that's the only person that can do it.
Right.
At
The
night.
chat
Yeah,
can't.
Gwommy
do
man
it
would
this
have
game.
chose it, and
we
the
know-
other one would have been forced.
We chose nominate and chose to nominate Jenny.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, that I'm just trying to go through all the
So,
pieces.
so one thought I did have about the game is that if we want to win and not have the Gremlins take over, we should kill every day because the more time we give them, the more they will multiply.
Multiply.
Right.
Yes.
And currently, I want to not have them win. I'll let you know if I change my mind on that.
Do we know
Thank you
how
for that,
many,
Yahoo.
Just get a few turns.
is it an unlimited number of people that are cursed or like undetermined number?
Yeah.
Unknown
More than
numbers.
one.
Between
Okay.
0 and about 26.
Right, right. Yeah, I was thinking like it might be lower numbers of werewolf if there's lots of cursed people, like maybe I
that's
don't know,
interesting.
3 or so instead of like what we were saying,
Good
6 or
thought.
7.
Normal werewolf, it's just 1, but lately it's been up to 3. Is kind of the meta we've had.
Yeah.
And
That's
like-
interesting. Kind of a race of which team can multiply faster if there's a bunch of cursed.
Well,
Yeah.
again,
Yes.
like
I don't
again,
think
like
that's
in
what's
like in
been
the
done.
movie, they start multiplying and then they multiply more and kind of take over as we go. So we need to stop them, just like in the movie. We need to stop them before they multiply too much.
Yeah,
Like
and that's
Like in the movie.
another interesting thing is if we kill a cursed player, it actually is a mercy killing because they would have become a werewolf. And like, so if they say a villager died, that's not necessarily a bad thing because we actually may have killed a
Yeah,
cursed
we don't
player.
know who the cursed are though.
True.
That's true.
It happens.
That's
it
true.
happens.
Question
Do
for
we get
Joseph.
told if the dead person had a water bucket? Do we get told?
Yeah.
No, no.
Well, there is no gremlin
No?
yet. Because we had no water involved.
Yeah, but no, Joseph said we wouldn't find
The
out. So we
chat,
don't know.
So
day
have they-
one, the
okay,
chat picks
okay.
the person.
Or not.
like in the movie, the water doesn't actually turn them into gremlins. The water makes them multiply, and then
Oh,
the
yeah, sorry.
feeding them turns them into gremlins.
Feeding them.
It's
Yeah.
just like the
Um,
movie.
Guys,
Phil,
Michael had something.
If we kill a Mogwai before they become a gremlin, do you tell us that they're a villager?
Yeah. They are a villager.
I'm on the villager
A
team.
cute little villager.
Yes.
Cute.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy
Yeah.
Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year, everyone. Happy New Year's to everyone in Madrid, Brussels, Nuremberg.
Now I understand what's that for.
Alex
Come
doesn't
on,
work.
man. Happy New Year, Braden.
I was wondering if that might actually be a quirk
Okay,
that
now
came
we
out.
Alrighty. I was like, what? He's doing that every hour?
I'm really excited.
Some of it's every half
Oh,
hour,
yeah.
every half hour, depending what time zone you're in.
Just because Alex keeps on doing it doesn't mean it's Joseph giving work.
Yeah.
True.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't think it's
True.
I trust
It's
Wade
true.
100%.
Braden, you're not gonna get tired of this. Happy New Year, Braden.
Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Oh boy.
So Jenny is on the chopping block. Who is Jenny going to go up against?
So,
Jenny, any
yeah,
ideas
Jenny,
of
you have
who
some
you want to go
thoughts
up
to
against?
share with us? Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So here's my suspicion so far. Coraller, Ayahu, Sean, Andreas, and Braden. Those are all my suspicions. So I can just pick a person from that list, or if you guys want to discuss it or whatever. But those are my
I think
suspicions. at
I
the
think
moment.
early game we've been letting you pick, and then someone seconds it if they agree.
Yeah, and also like I haven't
I mean,
quite
we have so
forgotten
little
the secret
information.
Hitler with Jenny, and I don't know. I
Jenny,
know I
I-
look at you with new eyes, and they're very suspicious eyes.
Don't kill me yet. I haven't turned into a gremlin.
Well, I personally have been waiting, but I'm ready to come out with my role. I'm actually your sheriff, so you definitely don't want to kill me.
This is ridiculous.
I don't think that you're the sheriff, Alex. That seems suspicious.
I am the sheriff. I'm absolutely the sheriff.
Oh.
Do we think that Jenny's on the chopping block because the Gwommy people had some dirt on her? Like from
No,
sea
it-
action?
I think
thinking.
Yeah, I think that the wannabe Gwommy like had no choice with that, and they would just pick
Yeah,
someone.
if nominate came up, then somebody had to be nominated. So it's I would read it. At
To
this
be
point.
fair, if you have no suspicions, Jenny's not a bad pick because it forces her to give her reads, which could be
that
useful.
that is a good point.
Joseph, if Jenny's the
That's
Gwommy
true.
bot or the Gwommy man wannabe, could she choose herself?
No,
If
but
that was her
yeah.
action?
There's basically no rules for the Gwommy man and the wannabe Gwommy man.
No rules.
They don't care about
Just
that.
like
Now that I know that,
Just like
as a
Gwommy.
Gwommy man, I'm
No
going to
rules.
declare the
Everybody
village
can.
wins.
Yeah.
Okay, well, do you want me to pick someone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But not me though.
Oh, Yahoo.
You've done it. You've made a mistake.
Yeah, not me. Yo, no. That was a good reaction.
Was that a nomination or no?
Yeah, I nominate Yahoo.
All right.
don't
Yeah.
have to
Is there a
If you guys don't second, that's fine, but that's.
is there a
you don't-
second for Yahoo?
You don't have to further this mistake.
I'll second it.
All right, Alex seconds
Alex.
Jenny, I really like you, but now I got a gun against you.
it. All right, so we're gonna start off. I'm gonna do this because I know everyone is in a chatty mood. So just to speed things up, I'm gonna mute everyone, and then Jenny has her uninterrupted defense.
Okay. I don't really have anything to say. I'm a villager. I don't have any information as a plain villager. I told you my reads. That's all I got so far.
All right, so Yahoo, your defense.
If I can finally find the thing. So, this is unfortunate. I feel that the correct thing to do is to come out, because I'm on the chopping block, and Jenny has pretty good tells, so you're all going to be inclined to vote for me since I was on her sus list. I don't know if she's a werewolf, but I know that I'm not a werewolf, and I know that I am a role, and so at this point, I kind of have to tell you that I am wearing a tinfoil hat, and I am a bodyguard. And I don't want to die. And it sucks that I got outed. It's terrible.
Okay,
I don't get
so I am going to let you have a little bit of a debate if you have any.
So I'm just going to clarify for the person that said that they don't get it. The bodyguard is the person that protects. So basically, it's not good for the bodyguard to be known because they'll probably get killed. So my game is over either way.
I want to know who did you protect each night?
I've only protected one night because you don't protect on night 0. I protected Chef because I got the impression that he was telling the truth and I didn't really have any reason to protect anybody else. So since he had been singled out, I decided to protect him.
So then why are you saying that you are going to die next turn? Could you be protecting yourself?
Oh, yeah, I can protect myself. So I won't. Well, the point is that I will die soon. Like, it's not, I'm not going to
If he
have
protects himself,
I'm
that's,
gonna have
he's
a
not
deep run.
helping the village at that point, really.
Well, I
It's
will
just-
be because
it's just one night.
You can't protect Chef.
Sus list.
Well, I think Yahoo's actually lying because I'm actually the bodyguard.
Yeah, Alex,
Oh
you're
my
actually
gosh,
going to go
Alex.
tomorrow because the game is going to take forever if you don't get your shenanigans in line.
Okay.
All right.
Now we have a wait. Do we have a
Jenny,
double
can you
claim
go through
now?
your sus list real quick again?
Yeah, it was Yahoo, it was Sean, it was Corraller, Andreas, and Braden.
I would just point out we don't need to waste a seer action on a Yahoo because one of the Gwommy man or wannabe can do the flashlight on him, and then either way the Joseph will say he doesn't know if he does in fact have the tinfoil hat. So
Okay, here's a question, Alex. If you're saying you're the bodyguard, we have a double.
I'm
claim.
not. I'm messing with
Okay.
you.
No,
Yeah,
he's
don't
just
mess with
joking
Alex.
It
around.
feels like we're off
I
track
have a
now.
question. If
Yeah,
they
and-
are with bodyguard, why even bring up the tinfoil hat? Like that's useless.
Because of the because if he gets checked by someone, they don't know, so they can't tell if he is the bodyguard or
Yeah, feel
not.
free to
So
check me
it's
as
a
the seer. I'm
great,
just giving
it's a
all of the
great
information.
defense. If he
Well,
does
it's
have the tinfoil hat, it's a great defense because you don't know what he is even if he gets checked.
I assume you're nothing more important than the bodyguard, Jenny.
No.
I feel like if I had died
I
and
was
you had
playing
found out after
villager.
the game,
Could
then
I
you would
ask?
have said, well, why didn't he tell us he had the tinfoil
Okay,
hat?
I have a question. Could there be more than one tinfoil hat in the game?
Probably.
0
Well,
to
here's the
25.
thing, 'cause
Also, a werewolf
if-
with a
if a
tinfoil
ya-
hat, they can claim
Yes.
any role.
I think
if
Jason's
Yahoo
saying he
is
has
the
a tinfoil
bodyguard,
hat.
he's going to die in the
That's
next
why I'm
3
asking a couple
nights. And
Okay, I'll have to stop it at some point. I'm sorry, guys, but time is ticking. So we're gonna vote. It's up to kill Jenny. It's down to kill Ayahu, or you can not vote at all. It's up to you. So up for Jenny, down for Ayahu in 3, 2, 1, vote. So I see. Okay, so Jenny, you have been killed by the village. And Jenny was a werewolf. Good night, everyone. Right, so you did get a werewolf. Alright, so let's see. Is everybody asleep? Jesse, do you have audio issues maybe? Can you hear me?
She sent a message earlier that said she was having audio issues.
Okay, I think. Okay, everyone is asleep. Then let's start off with the Gwommy man. So Gwommy man, you can do one of these two things. You want to do that, so who do you want to do it to? Thank you. So, wannabe Gwommy man, you have to do this, so who do you want to do it to? Thank you. Right, so everyone stay asleep. And let's see here. All right. So, bodyguard, who do you want to protect tonight? Thank you. And werewolves, all the werewolves, could you wake up and tell me who you want to target? Okay, I'm gonna go with that. Thank you. Gremlins, you nasty creatures. Who do you want to target? I actually think gremlins are more nasty than werewolves these days. I got them so used to werewolves. Thank you. And Seer. Who do you want to check, Seer? Thank you. Gwommy Wolf and wannabe Gwommy Wolf. You can do your actions if you want to. All right. Then everyone can wake up. So we are gonna start off here with. Well, from you before you say anything, we're gonna start off here with Jason. You have been sent out of the village. I'm not gonna make up any fun story like Tom does, but you're out of the village for the day. So you're out on a trip, and that's not a problem for you. And I would say, if there had been bright light, then he would have died instantly. But yeah. All right. Then, what else? Chef, I'm sorry to say, but you have been killed. Sorry, Chef. Chef was a villager. Graham, you have been killed. Graham was a villager, but he's also a hunter, so you get to shoot someone right away. You can unmute yourself and pick someone.
Yeah.
No input from anyone else, please.
I'll go with Elliot.
So Elliot has been killed as well. But Elliot is fine. He's staying here. All right. So that's the new day. Have fun with it. I might send a message to someone, so you might want to check your messages.
So I think what happened that last night, Jenny was the wannabe Gwommy wolf and probably the wolf cub because they got 2 kills. And so I bet you they found you. There's a mystic wolf that saw you a Yahoo, saw you as the bodyguard, and that's why she nominated you.
Plus the
And
Gremlins.
I kind of doubt that it was the Mystics here because it was only a couple days of information.
Well, and there was quite of a disagreement between them that night.
I'm curious. Yeah, they probably saw 2 roles and were debating, saw a Yahoo
Well,
and
it is
someone else.
possible. I am polarizing characters, so like I would be likely checked by things like that.
I just want to ask: is Graham alive or not? What happened there?
Graham died. Graham died.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Elliot's alive.
Say Happy New Year.
I will tell you why.
So Elliot is a Mowgli or a Gremlin.
No, I'm neither.
He's a baby dragon or a tough wolf.
Or he
Yeah,
can be
that's
the
true.
or he can be the
Or
tough
tough wolf,
Just a
yeah.
sec. Just a sec.
Hey, everyone.
I want to hear Braden. Yeah. Happy New Year,
Thank
Braden.
you. Thank you, Daniel.
I think Daniel's.
I'm upset.
I'm gonna enjoy Braden's Happy New Year. If you're werewolves or gremlins, don't kill Braden, please.
Thank
I'm
you,
upset.
Daniel.
What did you say, Sean?
Eric is not
Said, I
the
think if you didn't hear
bodyguard
me.
because I need
Go ahead,
protection from the bodyguard. And it's sad that Eric's not because we're matching shirt twins and he would have protected me for sure. But a Yahoo as the bodyguard, he's not going to care. We're not wearing the same shirt. He's going to stay with me.
Tim, just go switch your shirts. Go change
Who's trying to
shirts
get the
real
sympathy
quick.
bodyguard?
Yeah, if somebody can find me a blue shirt, then sure. Then I've got it.
Is it worth reflecting on Jenny's list in the fact that werewolves sometimes throw other werewolves under the bus?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
was
don't
thinking that
think
too.
so because she had like 4 or 5 people, and
Yeah,
there was
there's
one
names on
werewolf in
there.
there.
There's a lot of names I don't agree with on there, but I still think there's no harm in just checking. And generally, also, there's a lot of people not speaking, and some of whom are new to me, and that makes it very hard to read them. But it's a lot of the same people doing a lot of the talking, and I feel like there could be werewolves and others just hiding in the background while we chat over everyone.
Yeah.
Well, Daniel's a werewolf.
There was a few people who
I'm not a werewolf.
Yeah, Elliot wants to say something.
I do feel I need to pick up. If I'm, I assume the Mystics here, if they check someone for tinfoil hat, gets told they can't. Which therefore the logic, if they are who's claiming to have the tinfoil hat, that Jenny picked him because she knew he was the bodyguard, feels
Can
a
we
bit
talk
odd.
about
and
why
it
we
makes
had
me
2 kills?
wonder about the tinfoil hat a little.
Either the wolf cub or because we now have gremlins.
Right. I was
Yeah,
about to ask
exactly.
the potential for gremlins
Oh
at this
yeah,
point.
but the gremlins can kill.
I mean, at least the Yahoo's confirmed now. I trust him 100%. But I think it's more interesting, rather than looking at the list of her suspicions, it's looking at the people who voted against Yahoo.
That's what I was trying to bring
like
up.
that.
I know. There's
100%,
like at least 3, but the only one I remember is Strawberry.
more than Jenny.
It was Jason, Strawberry, was it Danielle, and Corella.
Yeah.
Those
I
are the 4
voted-
I saw.
I voted against. I voted down because I trust a Yahoo, But so if the werewolves or if the gremlins know he's the bodyguard, why not try to turn him? Well, I guess gremlins, why not try to turn him? So that makes it harder for the village to win. So I was
Well, let me protect people for a couple days. Like I'm still on your team.
I mean,
until
if,
you're not.
if he
Yeah, I
was-
know.
If he's the bodyguard, the werewolves are going to want to kill him in the next, night or so.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me put it this way: if I'm around like in 6 turns, yeah, definitely kill me because at that point I'm definitely a werewolf.
Yeah, you're not. Not a
I don't
bodyguard
think
at that point.
a Yahoo is completely cleared yet, but I mean, I think he's safe to keep around, like he's saying.
Although now that he said that, they're going to leave him around. So.
So I agree with Flick.
I guess that-
But then he's the bodyguard. Then he's doing his.
If he's the bodyguard, that's fine. I don't care. Like,
I
let him
agree
live.
with Flick. I think we need to hear from Jesse and Sean and Eric and Chris and Bettina.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you guys want to fill in the blanks a little bit.
Yeah, I don't mind. I've been trying to. Sorry, I hate interrupting people. But one thing I do want to mention, and sorry, this is a complete topic change, that Yahoo mentioning he has a tinfoil hat is extremely helpful for the village. So if other people have tinfoil hats, you might want to say it so that people that have those vision abilities aren't wasting turns on you.
Yeah.
So that I just wanted to point that out because I thought that was really good that you claimed that.
Remember that the werewolf who
Except for
had
the
a
mystic.
tinfoil
It's also possible
hat.
a werewolf could have
doesn't have
tinfoil
one
hats,
could also
too.
Either way,
claim
it
to
doesn't
have
waste
it.
the check.
Right.
Yeah. So either way.
Well, the other problem though is a werewolf that doesn't have a tinfoil hat could claim it, and then we don't waste our check looking at them, so we don't find them.
This is
Yeah, it goes both ways.
It potentially could. I'm just saying. I think that's.
I don't know.
That's very useful.
I get it, and I
If you're
appreciate
actually the
that you
bodyguard,
don't
then I
make
think
me.
that was the right move. Yeah.
I think Jason implied that he might have it.
That was the
just
what
with
I
his
heard.
question.
Yeah, yeah. Well, his question was, is it possible for there to be multiple tinfoil hats? Definitely
Right.
led me to believe that he was suspect
He
of me
probably had one.
because of my claim. Yep.
Okay, so to get back to the initial question I was asked, I am on the village team. I don't know why Jenny threw suspicion at me, other than to deflect from herself being a werewolf. So, about all I can say.
Yeah, that's how I interpreted it. She was just trying to have suspicions so that we would kill
Yeah.
those people instead of her.
Right, because if she didn't, she'd be definitely on the chopping block.
And who asked her to? Oh, never mind.
Typically,
Forgot, it was a
when
nomination,
somebody's
sorry.
nominated in this system, we allow that person to pick the other person. That's like the meta.
Especially early on, because we got nothing to go on.
Yeah.
I'm happy to talk. I'm a villager. I was happy when I got it because I'm super nervous as is. My first live Doom werewolf game. And only watched you so far, like lots of times. That's all. I have a suspicion a bit. Just from watching you, Andrea seems to be really quiet, and I have the feeling he's normally really good in saying werewolves when he has an idea of it. And he seems awfully quiet for what I've seen so far. So that's my only thing I can say. I voted for Jenny because she seems also quieter than normal, and she's really good at normally pinning out werewolves. So that's my two things I can say.
Andreas was on Jenny's list, but he quickly tried to say we should concentrate on people who voted for Yahoo. Try and get that suspicion away from him.
Another thing I want to point out about Jenny is that she is good at finding werewolves late game. She typically doesn't find them early game. So even if, I don't know. I don't know that matters.
That's
but
kind of irrelevant. That
she was a werewolf, so yeah. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
He just probably threw out names. Yeah.
I have all the
Jesse, how
same.
about you, Jesse?
Yeah, last round all my audio cut out and I was having issues, so I have no idea what happened. Which is why when I could tell you guys were voting when I was voting for at all, so behind, but luckily I'm just a regular old villager, so hopefully I can now embark. As far as suspicions, the only suspicion I had in the first round that we played was Jason a little bit because he kept going back to that movie, and I've never seen the movie, so I have no.
I think that's a quirk of Jason.
Yeah, I think your
also
internet.
draws attention to himself.
Or it's just Jason.
I think your
Jason?
internet is bad, Jesse. You're cutting out.
But yeah, I don't know. That's the only thing that's
It
stood out to me
picks
so
up.
far, so.
Okay, we need a candidate. Or two, actually.
I'm gonna nominate Andreas for exactly what Josh and Bettina said. I have the same suspicions.
Also,
Like
Alright.
it's a class.
So-
Yeah. Okay.
So Andreas is the first candidate. We need a second one.
I'll second.
Well, okay.
All right, we need.
I
Yeah.
I still think there are probably like 3 werewolves. So
Like at least.
I think it might be
3.
more. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there'd be more than that.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well, how many do you see when you wake up? I mean, that would tell you.
Well, I feel like I've given a lot of helpful information to the village, but I have been a little bit untruthful. I'm not actually the sheriff. I'm actually the investigator.
I think I'm gonna kill Alex soon for just stalling the game.
To make a point that I understand how you're suspicious of Andreas because of the highlighting the people voting against Ayahu. I still think that is something that we should consider. Because Ayahu did come out as an important role, and Jenny is like, I'm not that. So
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. That's why I was pointing them out, because I think it's more
nominate one of
than us going down the list of like a confirmed werewolf. So we should rather look at something that speaks against what she said.
Andreas, then you nominate one.
Yeah.
I mean, Jason is out of town, and from the list, I agree that it might hide between like the very silent ones. And I think I haven't heard anything from Strawberry. Sorry, I don't know your real name.
It's
so
Shay.
I think I would nominate you.
All right, so we have a nomination for Strawberry. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, so we have 2 candidates. We're going to start off with Andreas. He has his uninterrupted defense.
Yeah, so I'm a villager, and I try to help the village as good as I can. Thank you, Bettina, for the praise. I don't have a lot to go on, but now that I got something with the votes get down, I immediately went out and tried to help the village with writing them down and pointing them out during the day. That's all I can do. I think with Strawberry voting against a Yahoo who said he's a role, he's the bodyguard, whether you trust him or not. And I asked Jenny, are you a role that is more important than the bodyguard? And she said no. There's like no reason to vote against a Yahoo at all.
All right, so Strawberry, your uninterrupted defense.
Well, I am a villager, and literally the only reason I haven't been talking is because I've been sitting listening, trying to take everybody's point of view in. That's my defense.
All right, so I am gonna mute everyone, and we are going to vote. So if you vote up, it means you want to kill Andreas. If you vote down, you want to kill Strawberry, or you can just not vote at all. So up for Andreas, down for Strawberry in 3, 2, 1, vote. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so you voted for Strawberry, but nothing happens. Good night, everyone. All right. So we are going to start off with the Gwommy man. So, oh, by the way, Jason is back, right? Oh, there he is. Oh, sorry. I just remembered. I'm not used to having the hag in the games. All right. So, yeah, Gwommy man, you can wake up and you can do one of these 2 things. You want to do that? So who do you want to do it to? Thank you. Then wannabe Gwommy man, you have to do this. So who do you want to do that to? Thank you. Then bodyguard, who do you want to protect tonight? Thank you. Werewolves, who do you want to target? All right, thank you. And Gremlins. Gremlins, who do you want to target tonight? Thank you. Wait, can you do that again? Gremlins, can you? Oh, thank you, thank you. I just wanted to make sure. All right, so then, where are we? Seer, you can wake up. Who do you want to check? Thank you. And Gwommy Wolf and wannabe Gwommy Wolf, if you have an action, you can do it right now. Thank you. All right, so everyone can wake up. And let's see what happened. Well, Josh was killed in the night. No, okay, there we go. And Josh was a villager. Then also Elliot was killed in the night. And Elliot was a villager.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Oh, that's not good.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I nominate Strawberry.
Wait.
Yeah.
Strawberry.
Oh, I didn't nominate it.
I'll
I
second.
second it.
All right, so
But
Strawberry is the first candidate.
Hear Tim. Let's just hear
Before
Tim.
we bring anything else up, I have a few things I have to say.
Wait, Jason. I'm sorry. Tim, go ahead.
No, I need to
Well-
say something. I need to say
He'll
something.
die. He'll die. He has to do it. Come on,
No,
Tim.
Daniel, could I say my thing very quickly?
No, I want Tim to
No,
say his
no,
first.
don't worry. Yahoo will protect me, right? Yahoo?
Oh, okay.
I asked for your protection.
There you go. Go
Let me-
ahead,
let me-
Jason.
Check your messages as well, guys. I might send a
Let
message
me
to
finish my
someone.
thought.
I just wanted to say, I still think there are 3 werewolves.
Okay, can I now
At
finish
this point,
my
I
thought?
Oh my goodness.
Can I now finish my thought?
More than
Before
3.
Daniel interrupted me.
Oh,
Go ahead, Jason.
it's
I'm
fun
sorry.
though.
Gotcha.
Let me finish my thought, please.
1 second, guys.
Jason, hold on.
Your pizza's burning. You better go get your pizza.
So as I was hagged away last turn, I learned very quickly, as I've told everyone, that I'm not a gremlin. And also, just like in the movie,
Wow. Okay.
the character of Kyle
Just like
Gizmo, he brings Gizmo over into the sun, and Gizmo is just fine in the sun because he's not a gremlin either. So just like in the movie, I'm not a gremlin, but I know that they're multiplying, so we need to contain Spike and his bad friends at some point. Is what
You're right. He's right. I trust him 100% on
It's
that.
such a difficult
He knows
quirk
his
if I
buddy.
didn't, or if I knew them. Yeah.
I think it's
Anyway,
if this was a quirk
Anyway,
or actually strategic information.
And also,
Time for both.
wait, I actually have some other information. Andreas, the reason I voted down for a Yahoo is because, yes, a Yahoo's right. I have a tinfoil hat. I was confused when he said he had a tinfoil hat. So I was confused about that because I didn't know that there was more than one. So, I guess there obviously can be more than one. So that was the reason I voted down when I voted down, because I thought maybe he was lying and there was only one tinfoil hat in the game. And that is the reason I questioned it right before the vote. And then obviously we got shut down. So that's the reason I questioned that, just so you understand.
No, I think it was.
And that has nothing to do with the movie either. That has to do with a different movie where they wear tinfoil hats. But in Gremlins, they don't wear tinfoil hats. So just like in the movie, they don't wear tinfoil hats.
Okay, I'm back.
It's safe to assume in a
Welcome back,
game
Tough
there's
Wolf.
going to be multiple of each item. For example, there are 3 tinfoil hats at least. And I don't know how many of the other ones.
Are you saying you have one?
Yes.
Oh.
So maybe the Gwommy man can start flashing some flashlights, perhaps.
Yeah.
I'm worried that the gremlins maybe start. Wait a minute. The gremlins may start getting out of control, and that's the only way they can die.
There's one behind you.
Oh, that's a Mogwai in the movie. Just like in the movie, that's a
Oh
Mogwai.
gosh, Jason.
So we nominated Strawberry, and we
Yes.
seconded.
Yeah. So we need another candidate. We need 2 candidates.
All right, I nominate myself.
Ayahu nominates
Second.
himself. Okay, so Ayahu is the
Doesn't
second
matter.
candidate.
Clearly,
We know how we're voting.
Yeah, we should be faster with the game. It's
All right, so Strawberry, do you want to defend yourself?
No.
All right. Ayahu, do you want to defend yourself?
Sure.
So I think it's pretty clear what we have to do.
All right. Let's. I'm gonna mute everyone and let's vote.
Kill
All right. So up to kill Strawberry, down to kill Ayahu, or you cannot refrain from voting. In 3, 2, 1, vote. And that's pretty clear. So Strawberry has been killed by the village. I'm sorry. And Strawberry was a werewolf. Good night, everyone. All right, so another werewolf down. Good job, village. Then let's start off with the Gwommy man. So what do you want to do? Who do you want to do that to? Thank you. Wannabe Gwommy man. You have to do this. Thank you. And bodyguard, who do you want to protect tonight? Thank you. Werewolves, who do you want to target tonight? Okay, I'm gonna go with that. Thank you. And Gremlins. Gremlins, who do you want to target tonight? Thank you. Seer, who do you want to check? Thank you. And Gwommy Wolf and Wannabe Gwommy Wolf, you can do your actions if you want to. And that is it. So everyone can wake up. And I need to send out some messages and I need to tell you some stuff. First of all, Sean, you have been killed in the night. Sean was a villager. Chris A, you have also been killed in the night. Chris was a werewolf. And then you can check your messages in a few seconds. I'll send someone something.
Good job, Gremlin.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I'm really feeling
You
a
should turn your
target
thing
on my
back on so you can
back.
tell us about the movie.
So good job,
Yeah.
Gremlins. Except, just like in the movie, Gremlins. This is the point of the movie where there's so many Gremlins that we now need to contain them before they get out of control and like wreck everything. Because Spike probably has a big crowd. Like I forget what the other ones are called, but Spike had all his little buddies, and we
Yeah,
now
there's
just like in the movie, we need to find Gizmo and have Gizmo help us.
Okay.
Did it specify how long you needed to
So
talk about the
true.
movie?
Yahoo, you should protect me so that I can watch the movie later.
Otherwise,
Otherwise,
I'm
my dad
going
won't
to
be able to see
kill
it.
you
I
with
will
my
say-
laser gun so that you can watch it immediately. Because I'm
Sure.
tired of the course.
If I
I
die,
want
I'll
to
be able
ask
to watch it.
Shuri. Shuri,
Shuri, how many wolves?
How many
How
wolves?
many wolves
I
do you
think there are
think?
probably about 3.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, this is so.
I think though that at this point
He's right. I trust it 100%.
I just love it.
3 sounds good.
could be looking for gremlins at the moment.
I think we need to hear from Eric. We haven't heard anything from him at all.
You're muted.
You're muted. Okay.
Anyway, in the night I got 3 buckets of water, so if you kill me, the whole place is turning into Mogwai.
We're flooding this place.
Serious.
Yeah, I have 2 separate mute buttons just in case I forget one, and I always forget to unmute myself. But yeah, everything like last round I was beaten to, because when Gwelliot didn't die, it was 50-50. He was a werewolf, obviously. But he could have been tough, and then it just so happened when Strawberry also was going to die. It's like, okay, one of them's bound to be it. But I honestly, I have no idea on who's what right now. Except I'm not the bodyguard and I'm not protecting him. So do what you want with him. I don't know what he is.
That's a shame.
I was so confused originally when. Okay, anyway.
Wait, I have one more thought
Great,
here.
and it's because the shirts.
I have one
If
more
it's about the movie, Jason, no.
So I have one more thought, and
Joking,
yes, just like the movie, I think this is the point where the Gwommy people need to start using their flashlights to start killing gremlins, because I think we're going to get overrun by gremlins soon.
Yeah,
I think the flashlights kill gremlins. They just show them.
No, just identify
I just find them.
I have a
and
confession to make.
Then they got to
I've
send them
never
into the
seen the movie.
sunlight. Yes, because there's 3 in the movie. There is 3 rules. Don't get them wet.
Don't feed them
Don't
after
put 'em in
Feed 'em after
sunlight.
midnight.
Don't feed them after midnight.
And they don't like
So-
the light.
No bright light.
Bright light, bright light.
No bright lights. So the thing is, yes, we got to start hagging them out.
The thing is that they only have the 2 options. They don't have all
Yeah,
6.
he might
so
not
they,
have that option.
the options
So-
they get are randomized. So this should be.
Joseph, did you end up watching number 2?
I just watched the first one.
The
Okay,
village should
wait,
remember that the quirks.
Even though I don't need to, I can tell you guys about the second movie. Hulk Hogan makes a cameo appearance in it.
I know, Sonia
Joseph, I have a
told me.
question. Joseph, I have a question.
I
That's all
watched
I
it
remember.
I watched it 3 weeks ago, which was funny.
That's
Did
all I
you give
remember. Is
yourself
Hulk
a
Hogan
quirk,
makes a
Joseph?
cameo.
Giving that to Jason, that's
Yeah.
it's gonna be a fun game.
Hulk Hogan's
That
in the
quirk about the
third
movies,
Three
I
Ninjas.
tried. I
Gotta be
tried to get
hard.
Hulk Hogan in the game.
We do need some candidates though, guys.
And real fast, can the bots be bad or no?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
anyone.
Anyone can be
So-
a bot.
Yeah,
Great.
the
Glad
absolute
that
So-
clears me.
are random.
Any item and any quirk can apply to any team.
Yeah.
Right.
So we
Same thing with the
nominated
items, too.
Andreas, and he's still alive.
That's correct.
But I,
I
also
mean, do we
pointed
wanna
out
think
the
about
tough wolf
that?
to you guys.
Yeah, that is
not-
true. He did
He
nominate
might
the
be a
tough one.
gremlin, but he's not a werewolf.
Maybe the person who nominated Andreas potentially is a werewolf then.
That was me. I nominated Andreas. I made a mistake, I think, because you did suss out the
You also
top.
voted down on Yahoo.
Reason to die.
Corraller's
I nominate Corraller.
Right, we have an,
It's
okay.
nothing personal, but we do need to speed the game.
Corraller
And,
is-
there's 2 problems with you.
Corraller is the first candidate, so we need a second
I'm
one.
good at accumulating
And you can pick your second. Go ahead and pick me, and then you'll die.
No,
Not-
I have no
throw-
suspicions.
I would like to say, like, not to throw Andres under the bus or anything, not purposely. If he was a werewolf and knew that he was a tough werewolf for some reason, then you can, as a werewolf, you can nominate them like, oh, they were the werewolf, but they wouldn't have died from it. You know, because it still
Possible.
could have been that he was the baby dragon and survived it. It just so happened we got both abilities at the same
Right.
time.
That's true.
Yeah, that was just a very
Don't see who the tough wolf is, I think.
fortunate
I do.
turn of events for
wanna-
the villagers and unfortunate for wolves.
Throw out a suspicion.
I want to throw out a
sorry.
suspicion as well.
Okay, I'm sorry, Flick, but
Okay,
I
go
do suspect you. And I can't remember, there was a thing that you said. I've played with you a decent amount, and it just seemed suspicious. And I didn't write it down, so I can't put my finger on it. It was something to do with after there was a kill, and it was just something that didn't set right. And I will say that often I'm wrong, so I might be wrong, but I definitely want it to be known as the guy that's about to die. I'm suspicious of Flick. And Flick, for the record, I don't want to throw other names out so that after I die, you can manipulate everything and turn everything around on its head, like you did last time we played.
I think it would be really helpful to know exactly what it is you think I said, because like I'm as a role that is a village role, I am very confused as to what you think I've said. So like,
Well, it was just like a logical thing, and it's entirely possible that it's nothing, but
Happy New
I
Year,
don't
Graham.
remember it.
Happy
But it
New
seems
Year.
like
Happy New Year,
Daniel was
Graham.
on that too.
Happy New Year to all
yes,
the
Happy
Brits.
New Year here too.
Happy New Year, British people.
Happy New Year, Brit.
Happy New Year.
We're not gonna miss you in the
It's
EU.
very loud outside. Hang on.
I wish you get out of tier 4 soon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head
Graham.
towards my window and see if I can see anything, which I won't be able to.
I was in tier 2 till yesterday.
Yeah, that's a better thing.
By the way, a Yahoo.
Now I'm in
I
tier
can hear
4.
and I cannot see.
Oh, are you? Oh, I'm
Yeah.
so sorry about
Yahoo.
that.
That's right.
A little known fact: Flick wasn't in the movie Gremlins, but was in the movie A Bug's Life.
That is
But
true.
what's the point of that? Does it have
I don't
any
know.
significance?
It was
A little
funny.
known
Happy New
fact.
Year,
I
Elliot.
like talking about movies. So
So,
Well, I get that.
Growler, who else did you nominate?
Squasher?
I didn't nominate anybody. Ayahu was talking about Flick, and then someone else had suspicions, but I have no idea. I can go against Flick. I'll nominate Flick.
Okay, Flick is nominated. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
All right. So, Coraller, what's your defense?
This might be a bad idea. I'm the Gwommy man.
That's a definitely bad idea.
It is what it is. So if you kill me, I'm probably going to die no matter what. I'm not going to be too much more use, but you picked the wrong person. Is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, that is what I did too, so I can't really criticize you that strongly.
Can you tell us what you've done?
Yes. First, I got. Who did I flashlight? I gave Sonia the water gun. I sent you out of the village, Jason. Sorry. I checked Chef. I flashlit Chef, and I got he was okay. And then I checked Strawberry, but she got nominated already, and she was a werewolf. So that's it.
Can you flashlight? Wannabe?
I think Chef was the wannabe. The way he was talking, it made me suspicious. How he didn't just come out and say, because said later he'd be useful. And the wannabe Gwommy gets the Gwommy man's powers.
Right.
So
okay, so you're the one who had the flashlight. So sorry, Flick. I like Gremlins better than A Bug's Life.
All right. So, Flick, what is your defense?
So my defense is, I'm assuming I can use my deflector.
You can use your deflector if you want to.
Yeah. So sorry, Braden.
Right,
I'm
so-
deflecting you.
Braden is the candidate.
Here's the thing.
Sorry, Braden.
So like I am on the village team. I didn't want to
Yeah,
use my deflector now. I'm aiming at Braden, just because there's been a couple of wee things, and like I don't know. Also, like on my screen, you're above Greg, and like the pair of you, Greg has a history of not being great, but I don't know.
Flick has a
enough
history
about
of
Greg.
hating.
Greg has been really quiet,
All right. So
and
it's
so
time.
like I'm suspicious of Greg, but I'm aiming at Braden, and I'm really sorry.
All right. So it's Braden's defense. What's your defense, Braden? I'm
Yeah,
sure you're prepared.
Oh yeah, I was super prepared. No, you should definitely kill me over him. I'm just a villager, so that's what it is. That's
you a
too bad,
Mogwai?
though. No, I'm not.
We'll miss
All
you,
right.
Braden.
Before you have
And the
it-
time zone
Which-
will miss you.
Before
Bradley,
I go, just Happy New Year, everyone. I really
Happy
mean
New
it.
Year!
Happy New Year,
Happy
Braden.
New Year.
Okay. Usually I can keep a straight face with the quirks, but I can't with Braden. So yeah. Anyway, we're voting up to kill Coraller, down to kill Braden, or you can abstain from voting. In 3, 2, 1, vote. And even though you're trying to be a decent guy, saying Happy New Year to everyone, they still chose to kill you, Braden. I'm sorry, Braden was a villager. Good night, everyone. Yeah, I shouldn't start laughing, but I'm kind of tired. It's been a lot of werewolf today. All right, so it's nighttime, so everyone should be asleep. There might be... Oh, there we go. All right, just some lag. So, as usual, let's start off with the Gwommy man. So, Gwommy man, what do you want to do today or tonight? Okay, thank you. Wannabe Gwommy man, you have to do this. Thank you. Bodyguard, who do you want to protect tonight? Thank you. And werewolves, who do you want to target tonight? Okay, gonna go with that. Gremlins, Gremlins, you nasty little creatures, who do you want to target tonight? All right, thank you. Seer, who do you want to check tonight? All right. And finally, Gwommy Wolf and Wannabe Gwommy Wolf. You can do your actions if you want to. Thank you. All right, good morning, everyone. Well, it's not a good morning for everyone. Well, sort of. Coraller, you were sent out of the village, so you're out for the day. Ayahu, though, you're out for good. Ayahu, you were killed in the night. Ayahu was a villager. And as he dies, you see a piece of a tinfoil hat falling on the ground. Didn't help him much. Alright, so we need 2 candidates in day 6.
How will Ayahu protect me?
Happy New Year, everyone.
I still want Ayahu to protect me.
He was a good guy.
Ayahu, get yourself to the chat and get to protecting me.
Tim, you got to spiritual protection now.
Yeah.
Ayahu will
There's always the
spiritually
Gwommy
protect
man
me.
too. Yeah.
So again, just like in the movie, Corraller was sent away, but just like Billy in the movie, now I feel like I'm actually Phoebe Cates' role. I'm now Kate. I'm not Billy anymore. Corraller is now Billy. Corraller's got the flashlight, and just like in the movie, he's gonna come with Gizmo and rescue us from these evil gremlins.
Oh, Jason, I don't think I need to watch the movie anymore. I just
At this point, yeah.
Yeah.
These are the cliff notes.
So I'm just curious, like again, I think there's a lot of people who aren't doing any talking. And we're at a kind of a point where with the gremlins multiplying, it is very possible that there could be people here who are just kind of like sliding by in the fact that we're doing all the talking. So like I'm looking at Jesse, I'm looking at Eric, a little bit at Michael, definitely at Greg, and Andreas is very quiet, and Bettina, and just basically there's a lot of people, like half the group, that aren't doing a lot of talking, and Daniel is never normally this quiet either.
Daniel doesn't usually last this long.
I actually have a suspicion, and I'm gonna meta this, but I don't care, since we need to win as the village.
Is that correct?
Greg. Yes.
Yeah, Greg is nearly always a werewolf or something.
No, I think he might be watered, fed. I think he's a gremlin actually.
Greg is most likely something.
Because the chat is doing that.
I know everyone's always suspicious of me. So.
I'm gonna nominate Greg for the first candidate.
All right, so we have a nomination for Greg. Is there a second?
You know what? Because I said the thing I'm seconding because of the last round, you and Greg
Alright.
were in the middle of my screen, and for some reason, I just kept looking at the pair of you,
You
and I
keep
was just
us in the
like, someone
center,
had to go. So
we have
sorry.
one candidate. Do we have a second one?
Yeah, can I just?
Wait, we cannot.
I mean-
we cannot hear. Yeah, go ahead, Cherry. But we cannot hear Michael. I just want to say that, Michael. Try to figure it out, and Cherry, go ahead. Sorry.
I think Michael was just gonna ask me how many werewolves I thought were still in play.
Oh, is it that what you wanted to say?
And I am still thinking there's probably about.
Hear me now?
That sounds fair.
We hear you better. Yeah.
I was only very calm the other day because my room here got flooded by people who were celebrating New Year's, and I couldn't understand anything and couldn't say anything. I'm very sorry.
Flooded like from a bucket, or
And they're also all very plushy as well. It was great, but they all had some food and went away. I don't know what they're going on.
Unfortunately, not just like the movie, they didn't actually throw buckets of water of gremlins in the movie.
Yeah, I know. I had to make something up. Yeah, I know.
It was actually the shower that Spike went into. So just like in the movie, Spike went in the shower.
And in the
all
second
gremlins
one, it was
were-
the water fountain.
It was a water fountain, but we're gonna pretend we never saw the
Sonia,
movie.
you're not gonna start with it too, are you?
I love the second one. It's my favorite.
Oh my god.
No, the first
Okay,
movie is
stop,
better.
stop, stop, stop. We
Gremlins
need a
1,
second
I can tell
candidate.
you all about
I
it.
nominate Flick.
All right, so we have a
Okay, any
nomination for
reason?
Flick. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, okay. So Greg, what is your defense?
My defense is going to use my deflector shield.
All right. So we have a deflector shield in
And I'm
X.
going to deflect to Eric. It's probably
So
my number one.
Eric is a candidate instead. So Eric, what is your defense?
Yes, I'm a villager. I don't know. like I mentioned earlier, a lot of points have been beaten too. So and most of my suspicions, like the moment I figure it out, it's already either being voted for or they already died.
Nothing else to add.
All right. So let's hear it from Flick.
Okay, so I am a villager. I am the village hunter. I happen to have a deflector shield. I deflected really badly the last round, which, to be honest, I know I deflected, but now that Greg's deflected, it's making me very suspicious, which is really ironic. I'm sorry. I do think there's a lot of very quiet people. So, like, I'm wondering about Jesse. I don't think I've heard anything from you in this game. So I don't know. I haven't heard a lot from Eric either. I just know that I am the village hunter. I don't know anything about Eric or Jesse. That's it. But if I go, someone's getting shot, and it might be either or.
Do you think that it's better, Flick, to do that?
The thing is, I think we're at a point where there's so many gremlins that if a villager's going out, I might as well try and take out a gremlin. Because I've already accidentally taken out a village. Well, the Mogwai are villagers, so potentially Braden could have been a Mogwai, but like, there's that many moving parts. But I just think we're at a point where they've been multiplying, and if I'm going to go, I might as well use that power and take out potentially a gremlin. So, I mean, it's down to the village what they think is the best move on this one, because I will be shooting someone.
All right. So, do you have anything to add, or should we go to the voting?
I think it's a safe bet to kill the. Although I'm sorry, Flick, I know, but I think it's better during the day, since we are losing a villager either way. I think it's better to take one of the gremlins as well with us during the day.
Do we know
Because
who?
I think that Greg is one of them, and the deflection thing we can annihilate it with Flick's.
We should remember
Joseph,
the hunter is an
Joseph,
attribute
just to be
that anybody
clear,
could
the
have
hunter
gotten to.
can kill a gremlin also?
Yes, they can
Yeah,
kill whatever.
okay.
Anyone,
The
right?
I
hunter
wanna
doesn't
just
automatically know
remind
who the
people-
gremlins are.
I'm suspect of Jesse at the minute, but also like technically Eric just because of the quietness, but I've heard nothing from Jesse, so like when I'm dead, that way.
Okay.
Okay, let's have a vote. So, up to kill Eric, down to kill Flick, or not vote at all. In 3, 2, 1, vote. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that must be majority. So That means Flick has been killed by the village, but Flick is a hunter, so you get to take someone with you. Flick was a villager, by the way.
Yeah, and as per the village request, bye Greg. Sorry.
Right, so Greg is also dead, and Greg was a gremlin. So good night, everyone. You finally killed one of those nasty little creatures. That took you some time. All right, so we're gonna start off with the Gwommy man. So Gwommy man, what do you want to do tonight? You want to do that? Then who do you want to do it to? All right, thank you. And wannabe Gwommy man, you have to do this. So who do you want to do that to? Thank you. Bodyguard, who do you want to protect tonight? Thank you. And werewolves, wake up. Who do you want to target tonight? All right, thank you. Then we have the Gremlins. Gremlins, who do you want to target tonight? Okay, gonna go with that. Thank you. And Seer, who do you want to check tonight? Okay, can go back to sleep. Gwommy Wolf and wannabe Gwommy Wolf, do you want to use your actions tonight? Thank you. All right, so good morning, everyone. And the good news in this village is that only one person died. So Jesse, I'm sorry, you have been killed in the night. Thank you for playing. And Jesse was a villager.
If the seer is alive, it would be great for some information.
And if the bodyguard could protect me.
Yeah, I think the seer should come out, and Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year, Alex.
Happy New Year, Alex.
And also, just like in the movie, the last night was when Flick did her thing. This was just like the scene in the movie where
You're
they're
right.
in the movie theater and they set off an explosion and we finally kill a gremlin. And hopefully we're going to get the rest of Spike's gang before the end of this movie ends. But just like the movie, this is where we start fighting back against those gremlins.
How many werewolves were in the movie, Sherry?
You're muted.
You're on mute.
3.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I trust 100% on that.
Yeah. Definitely. 3.
So if the seer wants to come out and give us some information, if they're live, that would be really handy. If not, I'm afraid that we may hit you by accident.
Okay,
In the nomination.
There's a possibility we already hit them, though.
Could I bring up something? In the last vote, when we all wanted to, just like in the movie where we wanted Flick to fight back with her guns against the gremlins, only 3 people voted off. And Sonia was one of the people who voted up to not let Flick shoot. So Sonia is on my suspicion list for gremlin more than anything at this point.
Sure. Okay. So let me answer that. So I'm a villager and I voted that way because I feel that Eric is more guilty. If Flick is a villager, I was trusting her as a villager, and I would rather vote Eric out because Eric was more suspect to me, and I wasn't worried about the hunter aspect. So that's why I voted for Eric.
We need to kill Greg.
Because I need another villager. I trust you, Jason, and then I don't know who else to trust, honestly.
I do have some points I agree with Rosanya. Having Flick stay with the hunter ability would have made her more threatening later in the game when there's even fewer people. So I actually voted for no one to die. Yeah, I don't want to vote for myself to die, but I didn't want to vote for her to die. And from my understanding of the rules, that was the only way for neither of us to die was for there to be a tie. So I was hoping that maybe it was a split vote somewhere in there.
I believe that Eric at least is not a gremlin.
I actually think he is not good.
Right.
He might be a werewolf. Too.
He's not a gremlin, but he might be a werewolf. You're right.
I think he might be a werewolf.
Daniel, how come you're not throwing more shade on people?
I was actually doing that during the game. I was doing that. I just called out Greg.
I know that.
Before that, I called out Strawberry. You know what happened last game? I was doing stuff. I was nominating people that were and killing them off without success, should I say?
Sure.
And I don't want that to happen again. And I was trying to be a bit more calculative and do my thing with the notes and stuff like that. So that's why I went out for Greg when I went out, and I was sure about Strawberry, and I just let you do the talking because you were. I'm sorry.
Is that everyone was sure about her after Elliot?
No. The first nomination when we did the first live there, everyone was talking about her, and I just let it slip because I was on that train. I was just gonna vote and stuff like that. So for me, it's Eric now, and I'm not sure about Alex.
And I'm not sure
Eric's
about
got a
Michael
matching
either.
shirt.
And Michael, I think Michael is doing everything great with the voting and nominating people and making sense with his logic. I don't think he's bad.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think he's bad.
Wouldn't we?
But I'm not sure about Alex because I don't know if he has a quirk or he's just like acting it to just deflect and make us laugh. And about Eric, I really am not sure. I think he's a werewolf actually, not a gremlin.
I'm gonna nominate Eric because I have the same feeling.
So we have a nomination for Eric.
I'll second
There's
that.
there's
I don't
second.
think
Because he's on the top of my suspicion.
We have the first
Yeah,
candidate
mine
is
too.
Eric. We
I'd
need
be
a
more
second.
interested in going after gremlins still.
Shouldn't we find out more info from Corraller since yes?
Yeah, I was gonna ask that, but you just
Sorry.
asked me,
Yeah.
so I had to. Speak.
I'm not so helpful. I'd be suspicious of anyone that is suspicious of me. I sent myself out, I hagged myself, and then I protected myself last night. So I'm gonna
That's
keep
fine.
doing that until I
That's
get
fine.
something that can yield
You
information.
need to do
Yes,
a flashlight
it's
at some
fine.
point. So
I mean, that makes sense. We only had one kill, so.
You need to eventually flashlight to find more gremlins, or we're gonna lose because the gremlins are gonna overwhelm us.
I just
Yeah,
also
I even-
want to see. I also want to say if the seer is in the game, now is the time, guys. It's already too late to wait on that.
Not so
Okay.
sure on Timothy, and I'm good, so I'm going to nominate Timothy.
Okay, Timothy has been nominated. Is there
I'm
a
gonna
Is it
second?
because of the matching shirt with Eric?
I'm gonna second Timothy, and the reason why is because Timothy's obviously doing his quirk, but he's done nothing to add to the game except for his quirk and asking to be protected, and he's not actually given info other than protection.
I have given info. I was the one who nominated Strawberry.
That's
Yeah, but everyone knew
But
Strawberry.
that was
wasn't-
easy.
Strawberry.
That was
Everyone
easy.
knew
No,
Strawberry.
the first time he did that. The first time it was
No,
not
I
easy,
nominated
actually.
first time because
I was the one who
Okay.
said we should nominate the guy who nominated Andreas because I trusted Andreas.
Sure.
That is true.
Sure,
And-
that's
and
true.
that's when
I've given more info
Without-
than
yeah.
Jason, who's just talking
Are
about
you a
movies.
seer, Timothy?
No.
to be fair, that Sia by this time could be a gremlin already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
Coroller is the person I trust the most here. And
Obviously.
Timothy is still trying to throw shade on Coroller as well, saying we should the person who nominated Andreas, which
No,
is
I
Coroller.
trust Carly.
But you just said I don't trust the person who nominated Andreas, which is Coroller.
No, I was saying earlier I pointed that out, which was me giving information because you said I didn't give information.
Right. Sure.
No, I agree with Tim. I think Tim was he was on my suspect list, but after the Strawberry thing, he was talking logic, and I was like, then that's when I said to myself, just I don't have to say anything because I'm on that bus. So it happened, and I'm okay with it. Okay, so we've got 2 nominations, right?
Well, yeah. Okay. So Eric,
How are
what
the-
is your defense?
The defenses, yeah.
My defense. I'm not a villager.
We know that.
Yeah.
I'm
You
not a
keep
villager.
saying that, yeah. So whatever. But I don't think I can really convince you guys. Three of you seem to suspect me very strongly, and you've already voiced it. But yeah, that's.
By the way, I suspected you too. I just wanted to throw out my other suspicions. That's why I.
Just say you're not a villager?
Timothy.
Yeah,
I'm not a villager.
I just said that.
You literally just said I'm not a villager.
That
He's
has
not a
happened in
villager.
the game. Okay. Who was the second one?
Timothy is the second one.
Worst defense ever.
Timothy, you don't have to give it.
You don't have a lot to do, Timothy. Just be silent.
Are we doing any more defense, or I'm sorry, the chat was distracting me.
So my
I'd like
defense.
to know what Timothy
Tim,
has to
don't
say
be
for next
silent.
day.
Because
Timothy speak,
that's
guys.
how I'm getting voted out. I was too silent.
Yeah, let him speak, please.
So
For
my
once.
defense is that I'm part of the village team, and I think that Jason may be a werewolf with the quirk of talking about the movie, or Sherry might be a werewolf with the quirk. I just figured that one werewolf has a quirk, and those two I think have real, legit quirks. I think Alex's quirk is fake, and as far as other werewolves, I don't think Coreller's a werewolf obviously anymore. I think Andreas is trustworthy, and Daniel may be trustworthy, maybe not. And then Sonia and Bettina, I think, are the potential other werewolves, but I'm not sure on those two.
That makes sense.
Okay, so let's go to voting. And it's going to be up to kill Eric, down to kill Timothy, or not vote at all. In 3, 2, 1, vote. All right, Eric, it looks like the village wants you dead, so you are. And Eric was a gremlin. All right, good night, everyone. So we start off with the Gwommy man. So, Gwommy man, what do you want to do tonight? And who do you want to do that to? Thank you. Wannabe Gwommy man, you have to do this. All right. Bodyguard, who do you want to protect tonight? All right. Werewolves. Werewolves can wake up. Who do you want to kill tonight? Okay, I'm gonna go with that. And Gremlins. Who do you want to kill? Or try to kill? All right, thank you. Seer. Who do you want to check? Okay. And Gwommy Wolf and Wannabe Gwommy Wolf, you can do your actions if you want to. Thank you. All right, so good morning, everyone. But it's not a good morning for everyone. There's some real fighting going on here in this village. So, first of all, Bettina, you have been killed. Bettina was a gremlin. Daniel, you have been killed. Daniel was a werewolf. So yeah, good luck in day 8.
So just like in the movie, there was well, actually there wasn't infighting between werewolves and gremlins, but now I got to think of something that fits with the movie with this scenario.
I think that was good enough.
Yeah, that was great. That's 100%.
No,
But I do know that I almost died just almost last night with that vote, and so I do need protection because I was very close to dying.
Daniel, I think that he was too reticent to come out with his suspicions to be on the villager team.
I agree with that. But I didn't want to say Daniel while he was alive because I felt like he would start killing me.
Daniel. Okay, so anyway, now getting back to reality. Sorry, Daniel, but werewolves weren't in the movie. But just like in the movie, this is the point in the movie where probably Spike is the only gremlin alive, and Gizmo, who's still a Mogwai, needs to get in his little car, shoot up across the toy store, pull open the sunlight so he can kill Spike before the movie ends.
That would be helpful.
Yep.
I still think it's realistic to have.
I might send a message to someone as well.
3, wow. That's so many.
So, okay, help me out. How did the werewolf die?
From the gremlins.
By the gremlins.
Oh, right. Okay.
Just like in the movie, the gremlins not only could want to mess with humans, but in Gremlins 3, which I heard is coming out next year, they also go after werewolves. Spoiler alert.
Do they wish everyone a happy new year in Gremlins 3?
Happy New Year.
Okay, I do have to say one thing though. I just picked up on something that I think is kind of suspicious. Michael just mentioned how he felt that Daniel was a werewolf, and it was good that Daniel would happen to just be killed. So my suspicion is saying that Michael might be a gremlin based on that, because Michael was also didn't vote during that Flick vote, and that what Michael just said implies that he's rooting for the gremlins over the werewolves.
So he wants to put like pressure off himself, like as a werewolf, because he was like named in the previous round as well. I'm like, oh my god, the werewolf is dead. That's great. It's like werewolf 101.
I mean, if you want to nominate me, go ahead, Jason. I'm a villager, but that's okay.
Well, it's just I'm more on you than anyone. Timothy, I'm not on you, just so you know.
I was kind of.
So I still think it's one of the
time.
2 people with quirks is one of the werewolves. I think that's a really solid thing to go off.
I'm not. So, I mean, I wish we had a seer that actually. I'm guessing the seer died because.
Or the werewolf.
I think so.
I'm guessing the seer died because we haven't had a seer come out. And I wish.
Growler, do you have anything?
I do not.
Why is Growler still alive, honestly?
I don't know.
I have 2 like protect options, so like I have a pretty high chance of getting one of those.
So
what did you do?
Protected
Andreas,
myself.
Andreas got cleared.
Andreas is not a werewolf. He might be a gremlin.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm not, just for notes.
So wait, so Sherry, how many werewolves do you think there are?
3.
Okay, I think that Sherry is if we had to pick someone with a quirk, I feel like it's Sherry, because at this point she should be saying that there's less than 3, because
I really think.
Well, if she has the quirk, she can't say that.
She has a quirk, yeah.
Yeah, but before she said there was more than
explicitly.
3.
I think 3.
Yeah, but
Very
but I
concretely.
agree with Timothy, there might be a quirk among like.
Before she said 5, I've
werewolf.
been listening to her all game, and before she said 5, now then she said 3.
She said 3 the
Jason,
entire time.
Yes,
I've never said 5 because I really think there are 3.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
The only thing is she hasn't said a lot other than
Is
that.
what I think, right?
Right. True.
But I'm on the village team. I'm a villager. It's really difficult to know who to suspect at this point, but
I don't know.
I'm leaning towards Jason.
Well, of course, because I just said that you're the suspicious quirk. Of course you are now.
No, but I mean.
Jason is our film and intel. He knows everything we have to do to kill the gremlins.
Do you have any reason to suspect Sheree besides Timothy's comment?
Not really, but if Timothy is saying that, that's what I was going on. No other reason other than that.
Well, Timothy said that about you too.
I know, but I know that I'm good, so
Yeah,
therefore.
well, and I know that I'm good, so maybe Timothy's wrong.
But I know I'm also not a gremlin because I've been put in the sunlight. I was sent away and put in the sunlight too.
Yeah, that's
so
a
I
good
know I'm not
point.
a gremlin.
Wait, is that?
But you
Is
could
that
be a
what the
werewolf.
hag is
But
sent
I'm not a
into sun?
werewolf either. I'm not a werewolf and I'm not a gremlin because I was put in the sun.
I mean, between the two, I'm more tending towards Cherie, just because at least Jason is talking and trying to find both gremlins and werewolves. Whether he fakes one of the sides, yes, but
Question to Joseph: is that when the hag sends you out? Is that being put in the sunlight?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't.
So if you're sent out and you survive, then you're
So I
not
was
a.
put in the sunlight. So I was put in the sunlight, and just like in the movie, only gremlins don't like the light and get burned in the light.
That was the second day. That was a long time ago. You might have turned into it.
You want to send me out again, or
I mean, if he's a werewolf, then it doesn't matter. You would come back either way.
Yeah.
That is actually the only way to check Jason or I because we have the hats.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna nominate. I can't nominate two people, but Jason and Michael because they have tinfoil hats. My flashlight doesn't do anything to them.
Yeah, so you
Well,
gotta use
doesn't
the.
flashlight work on hats? I thought the seer doesn't work on hats, but flashlights do.
I'm just getting vibes like we've been played, and there's people.
Just as a rule clarification, if someone has a big tinfoil hat and you turn a flashlight on, it just reflects the light, so you don't see anything. So.
If you want to send me away again to show that I'm good, you could do that. I'm fine with that.
I mean, the only way we can get Jason or Michael out is by voting them out during the day, unless they get killed by night. Like the flashlight won't get you guys out no matter what. So if one of you is a gremlin.
Yeah, the only
you could hag us. You could
check
hag
either
us
of us.
away.
Well, the only way to check us for gremlin is
If you hag us. Yeah, hag us. I'm fine if you hag me again.
I did nominate Jason, by the way.
Okay, we have a nomination for Jason and a second, so Jason is the first candidate. We need a second candidate before the night.
Okay. Am I allowed to pick or am I not allowed to pick?
Oh yeah, you can pick.
Okay. So I'm thinking Michael then for the same reason, and I've been at least half proven by being out in the sunlight before. Michael hasn't, so I'm thinking Michael is the better kill now, and then Corler could send me in the sunlight, and then everyone else we could all move on to everyone else and actually figure out the rest of the game. So I'm gonna nominate Michael as the nomination.
All right.
I'll second.
And him seconds himself. Okay, so Jason's defense first of all.
Well, I was already proven, but I'm willing to be hagged out again to get double proven, I guess. And Michael hasn't been proven in any way other than after I had already said I had a tinfoil hat, then said I have a tinfoil hat too. And early on in the game, I did question a Yahoo because I had a tinfoil hat. And I said I was confused if there could be more than one, which obviously there was. And I have been trying to solve getting werewolves, getting gremlins, getting everything to get the victory for our team, the like village team. And I've been trying to help along the way. And again, I'm willing to be hagged out next turn. And I think Michael's the better kill because he hasn't been tested in any way yet.
So what do you think about that, Michael?
All right, so I think a lot of Jason's logic is sound. I think that both of us at this point are probably villagers, but I think it's okay because we have been killing a lot of werewolves and gremlins, and they have been killing each other. So I think we might have enough villagers to spare for that. And yes, the only way to check us is by hagging us for killing us. And so kill one of us, hag the other. I've been pretty active as well, more than I usually am in this type of game. But yeah, I think that this is a good choice. Kill one of us, hag the other, and then move on.
All right. So at that, let's
Alex, wake up.
Let's mute everyone. And you're gonna vote up to kill Jason, down to kill Michael, or you can not vote at all. In 3, 2, 1, vote. We have 4 up and 4 down. Nobody dies. So good night, everyone. All right, that was interesting. Let's start off with the Gwommy man. So Gwommy man, what do you want to do tonight? You want to do that, so who do you want to do it to? Thank you. Wannabe Gwommy man, you have to do this. Thank you. Bodyguard, who do you want to protect? Alright, thank you. Werewolves, wake up and choose a target. Werewolves. Alright. Gremlins. Gremlins, wake up. Okay, thank you. And Seer, who do you want to check tonight? All right. Gwommy Wolf and Wannabe Gwommy Wolf, you can do your actions if you want to. Thank you. Right, so everyone can wake up. Well, sort of everyone, because Alex, you have been killed in the night. Alex was a villager. Also, well, I shouldn't sound that happy when I say that. Coraller, you were also killed in the night. And Coraller was a villager. So, day 9 begins. Good luck, everyone.
Ask for the bodyguard's protection.
That's the hack's idea out of the window.
Okay, so
Yeah.
unfortunately, just like in the movie, this is not quite a scenario that I envisioned. I gotta think of something. But just like in the movie, this is the point where Gizmo needs to help. Like, Gizmo is the one who actually finishes off the final gremlin. So if Gizmo's still around, we need Gizmo's help, just like in the movie, to finish Spike off. Because clearly with 2 kills, there's still werewolves and there's still...
How many werewolves are there, Sherry?
Trust them 100%.
I think there are probably still 3.
And
Okay,
we can't afford to kill a villager now.
So here's the
I
problem.
still think Jason versus Sherry is a logical thought. I'm still on board with that.
Okay, so here's the problem. If we have at least 1 werewolf and 1 villager, I mean not 1 villager, 1 werewolf and 1 gremlin left, which we have to assume because 2 people died. Therefore, we could lose the game immediately if we kill a villager. So if I die, and then both the gremlin and the werewolf pick the other 2 villagers, because I'm guessing that right now
we have at most
lying about it and saying 3 to distract us, but I think that if we have, let's say we have 1 gremlin and 1 werewolf left, that means 4 of us are good. So if 4 of us are good, then if I do die, we only have 3 good. If both the gremlin and the werewolf pick villagers, we're doomed. So I don't think this is a good idea to kill a villager. We got to get a werewolf this turn.
At this point,
Well, it's never going to hit you to
get a gremlin.
Or a gremlin.
It is possible.
Or a gremlin. Michael, right.
There are only 2 village. It is possible there are only 2 villages left, because there could be 2 gremlins and 2 werewolves as well.
Yes, it is possible.
But
Jason, I just thought...
Gremlins would have won already because they only need parity, right?
They need parity.
They
Gremlins
need parity with everyone else.
So there's
versus
still
everyone else.
That's
They
all
need
between the
parity with
groups.
everyone
Okay.
else.
Do we have a
Jason,
nomination?
I just think it
So the
was really suspicious how you were acting like getting hagged out on the second day cleared you, and then really pushing to be hagged again, and then saying, and then I'll be clear, because you know it's not going to clear you from being a werewolf. So I still think
No,
I think that's really
a werewolf. But I'm not a werewolf. Again, I'm not a werewolf. So I don't need to be cleared by a werewolf. I need to be cleared as a gremlin at this point to show that I'm not a gremlin either, to show that I'm a villager.
Sonia, are you
Because
a
I'm
werewolf?
not a werewolf.
No, no, I'm villager. I'm a hunter.
You're not. Oh, you have the water
That's
gun.
the second gun she
No,
showed us.
I'm a hunter.
Different.
I'm a hunter, and I have a water gun.
Okay,
So we're
okay,
claiming
Sonia's
two hunters
lying
for the
now.
villager team because
Okay,
Flick was
Sonia's lying
already.
because Flick was the hunter. Flick was
No,
the hunter.
I'm a
so
hunter.
Sonia-
There can be more than
There
one
was-
My
hunter.
role is he stacks it. I'm a
Hunter is
villager
an
Yeah, there
hunter.
was another
Okay.
hunter way earlier too, before
Hunters.
Flick.
But anyone can
No,
be an
there
hunter.
wasn't
It doesn't
a-
matter what role you are.
I thought there was.
It just
I'm a
depends on
villager
what
hunter.
we think whether they're all
I
on the
thought there
same
was a
team.
guy.
By which team she's on.
Does anyone else have suspicions other than what I said and what Jason was saying?
No, the problem is we don't know how many of each team there are, and that's the we gotta be very careful because I think we're gonna
trying to
lose
be
to the
careful.
gremlins. I have a feeling. I have a feeling there's at least one gremlin, and now what Michael's saying there might be two gremlins. So there's a good chance we lose on this one.
I will
Where-
say I'm confident at this point that Jason is not a gremlin and that Andreas is not a werewolf. Beyond that, I'm not sure.
I just found if we say we have like three hunters, I would find it weird to have all of them on the village team just by the random thing. Not that I, in other way, think Sonia is like something else so far. Just,
The other one
yeah,
is Flick. Sonia.
No, I'm a villager hunter. That's what I got. That's my role.
Okay, 3 hunters. Who was the other one besides Flick and Sonia?
I don't know. You said there was one way earlier. I think.
But hold
That was
on.
Flick.
But hold
That was
on.
Flick.
Hold on just a second. It is time for me to use my water gun, and I am gonna shoot Timothy. Psh, 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 psh,
All right.
psh.
So Timothy
Oh,
gets hit by
don't-
water. Something might happen. We'll
Gremlins
roll
just-
that up. We'll
What
see
does
what
that even
happens.
do?
Is
I
he a
think Sonia-
gremlin? Is it
Nothing
Or
really
is this gonna-
happened. Nothing really happened. So sorry.
okay? What
Sonia
is
is a
what-
gremlin, then,
I don't know what
otherwise
that
she wouldn't
means.
use it right now.
Oh, so Sonia's a gremlin and Timothy's a gremlin, which is why she was trying to shoot him for it to spread. Oh my God, they're both gremlins.
Yeah.
Why else would she shoot Timothy? We got to kill them.
not
We got to
a-
put both of them on the block.
I'm not a
So I
gremlin, but
nominate
I do
Timothy
feel like
now.
Jason's
Was
trying
there a
to
I was
nomination?
control the
trying to
entire
shoot him.
conversation
I
the
was
entire
trying
time.
to shoot him to see if
It's a
we had
water
another
gun.
gremlin.
I think if both of them were gremlins, the game would have finished right then.
Yeah, that would be
that's
dumb.
no. Remember, he rolls a random die if it spreads. So if it hit me, you, or Andreas or Sherry, I don't know which one of us is. Other than me, I don't know who else is villagers. But if it did spread, we lose. If it doesn't spread, we don't lose. So
I'm gonna nominate
but-
Jason.
Okay, we have a
Of course you
nomination
do,
for
but-
Jason. Is there a second? Okay, so Jason is the first candidate.
okay, so I nominate Timothy.
All right.
We need to
and here's
nominate
why.
Sherry. She's the other
Is there
potential.
a second for Timothy?
No, because now I think that you're a gremlin, which is worse because she shot you with water. Because I think
I don't.
now
I don't know why she
I
shot me.
did.
but
I did
it's
shoot him
not-
with water. I shot him to see if he would multiply. Why not? I
and
have
there
the
was a
water
random
gun.
die
I
roll,
kept
and
it.
there was a random die roll which says gremlin.
I've
But
kept
why
it
not?
safe.
Why not?
I kept
Because
it
we
safe.
don't want more gremlins.
Well, I kept the
Jason-
water gun safe. I wanted to see if we would get another gremlin.
Maybe Sonia's
I'm
a
much more suspicious of Sonia at
person
this
trying
point.
to throw me under the.
because maybe Sonia's trying to frame Timothy.
I think that's more believable
thought
than
he
me
was
just getting
suspect.
shot with a water gun and being bad all of a sudden.
I thought he
So
was
then I
suspect
nominate
2 days
Sonia.
ago.
Can I nominate Sonia then? I nominate one of you.
You
or Sonia.
can't.
I
There's
don't
only
care
been
which
2
one.
nominations.
He hasn't
Oh.
been seconded.
no one-
No,
seconded Timothy.
Jason
I
is the
second
only
the one for
candidate.
I
Sonia.
second him.
So what is the second nomination? I'm confused now.
Timothy.
Okay,
Somebody
now
nominate
that's-
Timothy. I'm second.
Okay, that's
Okay, so
super sus
Timothy-
because
okay.
I was going to switch it.
Yeah, I think he
okay.
retracted the Timothy
Well, so
nomination.
it's Jason versus Timothy. Jason can start with his defense.
Okay, so I'm a villager, like I've said all game. I know I've been tested early, Sherry, and you don't believe me that I'm still a villager, but I'm still a villager. Again, clearly at this point, we know that Sonia is something, because I was going to switch my nomination from Timothy to Sonia after what he said, and she quickly said, nope, I second it beforehand. But we can't put Sonia up at the moment. So whether Timothy's lying or not, he could have been a gremlin. She could have been trying for the win, and now he's just trying to deflect away because they still think they can get the win. So I think that Timothy's a better kill because if he's a gremlin and Sonia's a gremlin, we lose the game if we don't kill Timothy. That's how I feel. and I'm not a gremlin. Even if I was a werewolf, which I'm not, if we don't kill a gremlin, we lose regardless. So killing Timothy is better than killing me regardless. But I'm not a werewolf, but if I was, it's still better to kill Timothy.
That's easy to say, though.
And only Sonia's arguing against it.
I was suspicious of Timothy. That's why I shot him with a water gun.
So my defense is I feel like Jason's tried to control the entire conversation in this last round. I think that he's been the most person deflecting as far as I keep saying I think it's Jason or Sherry because they both have quirks. I thought one of them's likely a werewolf. And he's basically saying if you kill him, we auto lose, which is a very big fear factor to us not wanting to kill him. And it's a super good defense. If he is a villager, then I would have to say it would be Sherry. And I'm pretty sure she would be the last werewolf. I don't know on the gremlin front who would be gremlins and who's not, because I don't feel like anything's been happening as far as nobody's been giving me vibes on that, because people are becoming gremlins midway in the game. So I'm not sure who's switched how they're playing. No one seems to have done that. I mean, Sonia shot me with a water gun, which to me tells me something. Maybe Sonia is either trying to deflect to me or she's trying to, I don't know what the water gun does other than if you shoot a gremlin, it multiplies, and if you shoot a Mogwai, it multiplies. But I'm not sure if it does anything else, which I don't think it does. So I don't know what else it can mean.
Could I add something now? If you can't spot the gremlin, you are the gremlin.
All
I
right.
don't know how that's okay.
Let's go to a vote. And so it's up to kill Jason, down to kill Timothy, or not vote at all. In 3, 2, 1, vote. So we have 4 down, which means Timothy has been killed. Sorry, Timothy. You are dead, and Timothy was a gremlin. So good night, everyone. And we are going to start off with the Gwommy man. So Gwommy man, what do you want to do between these two options? All right, so who do you want to do that to? Thank you. Wannabe Gwommy man, you have to do this. So who do you want to do that to? Thank you. Bodyguard, who do you want to protect tonight? Thank you. Werewolves, who do you want to target? Thank you. And Gremlins, who do you want to target? Thank you. Seer, who do you want to check? Thank you. And finally, Gwommy Wolf and Wannabe Gwommy Wolf, you can do your actions if you want to. Thank you. All right. So, good morning, everyone. Again, a big fight going on in the night. And, well, sorry, Sonia, you were killed. Sonia was a gremlin. Jason was also killed. Jason was a werewolf. And Sonia is also a hunter. So Jason is already dead. He was a werewolf. Sonia, you get to shoot someone before you go.
I'm going to kill Andreas.
So Andreas is dead. Andreas was the last werewolf. So Michael and Cherie, Village has won. Congratulations, guys.
Yay, villagers.
I didn't see that coming. The werewolves and the gremlins killed each other. All right. And there could be some debate there. There could be some debate, like Sonia killed Jason at the same time Jason killed Sonia. But I would just, you know, they were fighting in the night. They both took casualties, basically. So I am going to... we're just on time as well.
And just like the movie, Wait, and it was good. And just like the movie,
the
Mr.
villagers
Blank
won.
came and collected
I've got a crazy good record.
Gizmo and brought
Wow,
him back.
I'm so sorry
before
about
there was any more
Andreas. He was
damage.
playing it great. And Jason, that last defense that you did, that was.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna do the tradition. I'm gonna mute everyone. I'm gonna go over the roles because that's fun. So we start off. Okay, Braden was a villager bot. He had to say Happy New Year each day. You kind of figured that out. Cherie was a villager bot that has to say each day that she thinks there's 3 werewolves. You kind of figured that out as well. Bettina started off as a villager and had a deflector that she never used. Then there was water splashed on her from a gremlin, so she became a gremlin. Sonia started out as a villager lichen hunter, so she was a lichen and a hunter and a villager. But again, then Sonia actually later on the last day the chat got to spread water on someone because there was no Mogwai left to feed, so then Sonia became a gremlin. Alex was a villager, and he had to say Happy New Year each day. I thought it was funny to give that to several people. Then Andreas was a villager that had to say every day that he trusted someone 100%, and he was also cursed, so he became a werewolf. Then we had Michael, who was a villager with a tinfoil hat. We had Greg, who started off as a Mogwai with a deflector. The chat chose to feed him, so he became a gremlin. Timothy, who was a Mogwai bot, who had to ask the bodyguard to protect him each day, and he also became a gremlin. We had Gizmo, who was Graham. Gizmo died pretty early in the night, I think. Then Coraller was the Gwommy man. Sean was the seer, who was also a bot and had to tell someone each day that I think you're a werewolf. We had Josh, who was the wannabe Gwommy man, who had to say Happy New Year each day. And I think the first night there was a confusion on who was the wannabe Gwommy wolf and the wannabe Gwommy man. So the wrong person woke up on both occasions, which meant I just switched their roles because I checked with them in the chat. They didn't see anything else. It was really strange, but it actually worked out. Then we had a Yahoo, the bodyguard with the tinfoil hat. We had Jenny, the werewolf, who also carried around the water bucket. So I think she was responsible for, I don't remember who, someone got water on them. Chris A was a werewolf bot who had to vote late, like after everyone else. We had Daniel, the Gwommy wolf with the deflector, who became the wolf man. He chose the wolf man. So he was set. He had Wolfman, he had Deflector, and then he was killed in the night by Gremlins. And then we had Strawberry, who was a wannabe Gwommy wolf. Well, she actually wasn't. She was the Gwommy man, wannabe Gwommy man, but then they both woke up at the wrong time. So she became the wannabe Gwommy wolf and became the tough wolf, which you already know. Baby Dragon was Elliot. Jason was a werewolf with a tinfoil hat. Flick was a villager hunter with a deflector. Jesse was a Mogwai. Chef was a villager that had to ask me a question each day. A villager bot. Simon was a Mogwai with a tinfoil hat, and Eric was just a plain Mogwai, who became a gremlin. So yeah, that's it.
Joseph, didn't you forget that I had a quirk to talk about the movie? No, I didn't have that quirk. But
that was awesome, Jason. That was awesome.
As soon as Simon brought it up on the first day, I'm like, shit, I got to keep talking about this movie the rest of the time because Simon said, Jason talked about that movie. I want to kill him. So I'm like, I got to keep bringing it up every single turn and make it a quirk now because of Simon. So I was stuck with that quirk because of Simon. And I just went with it.
Figured you'd run out of
Happy
material.
New Year, Braden.
Good time.
Happy New Year.
Good time. Good game, guys.
Yeah, outstanding game, Joseph. That was
Joseph, I was the one that originally got the Gwommy wolf.
So what did Strawberry become?
The Gwommy wolf.
Okay, maybe I'm confused. I don't know. Something happened.
All
in
I
the
know.
beginning.
It worked out either way.
Yeah, it worked out.
Jason was right about me, and I was right about Jason.
I think it was an epic ending that the werewolf.
That was a great one.
Gremlin fought off the.
Yeah,
I don't know why
you guys did everything perfectly for the village. Thanks, Sonia and Jason. And Jason,
Sonia, finished that one perfectly for the village.
And it wasn't in vain because you did bring home the win for the village.
I know.
Guys, hey, Merry New Year. I'm going to go to the next game.
I was Doc the Gremlin with the glasses that wanted to be human. In the end. From Gremlins 2.
That die
Yeah,
roll. was-
Timothy. Oh my goodness!
Literally, we
I
had
decided
such
to
a
push
high
my
chance.
luck, and oh
We
my
had such a
word!
high
You
chance
just
of
outed
winning
both
right
of you
there.
was the
I
problem.
thought so, right? And I was like, oh my
didn't,
goodness!
But if it worked,
It
we would
was-
have won.
It was worth
There were
it.
two werewolves.
The
so I
Okay,
knew that
okay.
there
I was
a
like,
good
oh
chance.
my
No, it
goodness!
was a good play.
Seconds. I'll see you guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out.
Bye-bye.
Flick.
Yeah,
Take
I'm
care.
also
Bye.
heading to the other game, so the
You
marathon
did a
continues.
phenomenal job, Joseph.
Yes,
Both of
thank
these
you,
names
Joseph.
don't talk.
Yeah, I'm
Wait,
gonna
are we bouncing?
I'm gonna head off
Thanks
now.
for playing,
Someone post the
everyone.
link.
I hope to see you in the
Everyone
next game.
post the link back to the other
Can
game
someone post the link
quickly.
so we can bounce back?
Wait a
Someone
minute.
post
Is
the
there
link.
To what?
I'm sorry,
is there a
Jason. what-
new
Bounce
Zoom?
back to the other Zoom.
That's the other.
I think it's the other Zoom, right?
Oh yes, the other
Okay.
Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
post
I'm
the
gonna
link.
head off.
Post the link in
I'm
chat.
back there in a bit, in a couple of games' time. So not this.
Yeah, Sonia, you rolling
Yeah.
your luck.
Stream for that.
You rolling your luck. Obviously, I was able to make a good defense and say, nope, we have to kill Timothy. And when he goes, I don't know who the gremlin is. I'm like, if you don't know the gremlin, you are the gremlin. And I was like,
I
I got
know.
Sherry on our side, which is all I needed.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
I was like,
I knew you were a werewolf. so-
I knew you were a werewolf too, but I think you were right.
I'm
'Cause
just gonna
I
say.
You were
I
too,
didn't know
Jason, but I
Andreas
wasn't
was
sure.
I'm just gonna
was a
say thank you
werewolf.
to the viewers and the chat as well. Awesome job, chat, feeding these Mogwais. And thank you for
You know,
watching.
they fed me turn one. Just
Hope
so
you had a good time. I had an awesome time moderating. Thank you for watching.
yes.
Let's head on
Yeah.
to.
Amazing
Great.
game, Jason.
Yeah,
Jason.
Good game, everybody. Good job, Mike.
Hey, and
Jerry.
Jason, great job.
Excellent.
We